And so it has come down to this. Number 1 versus number 2, the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions and the Pinnacle Pioneers. 3 periods await to decide their fate. The D1 Championship is upon us here at Mullet Arena. Hi again, everyone. I'm Todd Walsh. It is great to be back with you covering the great sport of hockey. I've got the best seat in the house in this Mullet Arena in the heart of Tempe. High-stakes hockey, the highest, a championship game. For us, though, as we look at this game, there's more to the story. It's about really a celebration of the sport at its purest level. These guys aren't just playing for, themselves or their teammates or their coaches. They're playing for their classmates, their peers, many of whom will be here tonight. They're playing for their high school. There's no NIL money here tonight. So, guys, I'm a little rusty. I'm a little nervous. I'm really excited. So as I send it up to you in the broadcast booth, Dylan and Steve, I have a little something from Todd's Garage. This is a hockey card from the late, great Hall of Fame coach, Fred Shuro. I have adopted his phrase that led his team, the Philadelphia Flyers, to their first Stanley Cup. You win tonight, you walk together forever. And that's going to happen to one of these teams here tonight.
I'm telling you, wanting a big game like this, you got to look at the guys that are going to be under the radar. You're talking about Connor Brown, Ben Jones, and look out for Braden Horman, another guy I expected on the score sheet tonight for Mountain Ridge.
Petey's picks right there. Let's go to the other side with the Pinnacle Pioneers. Their road here has been pretty good, especially defensively. 2 games, 6 goals for, no goals against. They've been so strong defensively. Petey, what have you taken out of their game?
You know, when you look at the Pinnacle Pioneers, they defend as a group, and they defend as a group of 5 when they're on the ice, and they're confident in all 3 pairs of their defensemen. I talked to their coach, who are they going to have out there against Babin and the top players of Mountain Ridge, and they say, we feel comfortable with all 3 pairs. So look for the Pinnacle Pioneers to defend as a whole team.
In terms of their defense, they're missing one of their top defensemen, but also a player that plays a lot of offense. Their second-line center, Mason Knopfler, not going to play tonight for Pinnacle. What are they losing out of such a great player like him?
You know, Mason Knopfler, to me, he's a guy that plays 200 feet. He defends extremely well from the blue line in as a forward. He's a guy they're definitely going to miss. Pinnacle can score. They've got guys that can put up numbers. You're talking about, you know, you've got Kamen, you've got Chitka, you got Illing. The offense is going to be there for Pinnacle. But you have to look for who can help defend in the defensive zone for the forwards, and I'm looking at Fox. Fox is going to be one of those guys that is a forward that can help them play on the back end.
Charlie Fox saw his brother Clayton win the state championship that 3 years ago at Oceanside for Pinnacle over Notre Dame. Let's go into the goaltenders in this game. For Pinnacle, Mark Michelson. What a road it's been for him. 4 games at Division I this year and only 2 straight shutouts here in the playoffs. What have you liked from Mark?
You know, he's a guy that started most of his games in Division II this season before joining the Division I team before the state tournament. Stopped all 43 shots he's faced this year, and he's made big key saves for this team. Expect him to do it again here in the championship game.
For Mark, a senior. On the other side, another senior for Mountain Ridge, Easton Stiller. His last year at high school, his first year with Mountain Ridge. And what have you liked out of Easton Stiller so far?
He's the guy that makes the big saves at the big moments, and nothing bigger than in the shootout in the semifinals, round 5, where he stops Teague in round 5 to get Mountain Ridge here to the final game. He's a guy that's cool as a cucumber, no stress. Expect him to make those big saves again tonight.
Made the big save in front of that DB student section to send his team to this championship game right here. So we know the players, we know the teams, but what do they have to do to win? And let's start with Mountain Ridge. What did they have to do tonight to hold that AHSHA Cup at the end of the night?
They need to play with pace. They need to play with speed. This is a team that can get up the ice incredibly quickly. They got to move the puck quickly between the blue lines and use their offensive speed to put pressure on that Pinnacle defense.
On the other side, Pinnacle looking for their first championship in 3 years. How did they raise the cup at the end of the night?
You know, conversely, they got to slow this game down. They got to play a puck possession game. They got to get the puck in the offensive zone, and they got to maintain possession, and they got to hold pucks in the offensive zone and try to create some offense.
That's how we know how each team is going to do it, how each team is going to raise the cup. We're going to know that answer in a couple hours, but not without dropping the puck first. We'll be right back with Puck Drop here from Mullet Arena.
Oh.
That says they can't hear our. People are saying they can't hear us. Good?
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, that. Start something right away, yeah. Like, the first 30 seconds, I was like, first off, phone ring, it's like,
They hit that 609.
You just toss it to the PA announcer?
What?
You toss it to the... Where are we coming in at?
I talked to the commercial. We're going to come back at 609.
That's right before the anthem.
Yeah, well, come back at 609:30, right after the moment of silence. Yeah. We're gone.
He's showing this right now. I think he's talking about him his first time on the ice.
if you are able, and please remove your hats. And earlier this week, there was a devastating tragedy with the aviation accident in Washington, D.C. Among the victims were members of the United States figure skating community. We ask that you please join us in a moment of silence to pay respect to those who lost their lives in this terrible accident. We ask that you please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
All right back here at the Mullet, and we're back here for state championship hockey. Pinnacle, number 2 seed coming in. 2 losses the entire way. Mountain Ridge, 1 loss the entire season to these Pinnacle Pioneers back on September 29th. PD, there's a packed house here. How excited are you for this one?
You know, this is what you want to see. You want to see a championship game with number 1 versus number 2. 2 teams combined for 3 losses. This is what we wanted to see today. We got some of the best players in the state of Arizona battling this one out. The tensions are high, and I'm curious to see how this start is, because we saw how slow Pinnacle started in their semifinal and how fast Mountain Ridge started in theirs. They had 2 very different styles at the start of the game, so I'm curious to see how this game starts when the puck drops.
We mentioned it before. Let's go over the goaltenders one more time. For Mountain Ridge, it's Easton Stiller, the senior who made a huge, big save in the shootout win against Desert Vista, 5-round shootout on Tuesday night in the semifinals. For Pinnacle, it's the story of the season for them. Mark Michelson, 4 Division I games, got the first playoff start, and he's run from it from there. 43 saves in these playoffs, no goals allowed. We're ready for state championship hockey here in Arizona. The 3rd time it's here at Mullet Arena. Pinnacle going for their first championship in 3 years. Mountain Ridge for their first one since 2007. In the 25th year of Arizona high school hockey, we are ready to go here from the big rink, here from the big stage. Braden Horman will take the draw against Logan Chitka. And off we go here from the Mullet. Number 1 and number 2 to see who's the number 1 here in 2025. And we'll do the draw one more time.
You kind of let us into there, Dylan. And, womp womp. I think I'm nervous too. I can't imagine the players and the coaches right now if I'm this nervous. A little confusion here over the starting lineup. Oh, no, here we go.
Ready to go? Let's drop it again. We'll reset it all. 17-minute periods here in the championship, different from any game these players have played this year at the high school level. Usually 15 minutes, 3 periods. Now it's 17, and we'll have a full ice cut between each period. I think it's a starting lineup issue here, Petey. The officials are talking it over with each team. Seems like we're all ready to go. So let's do it again. Number 1 and number 2 to see who lifts the AHSHA Cup here in 2025. Gavin Williams back on D with Tyson Derryberry over to Carson Kamen. This is the top unit for the Pinnacle Pioneers. Kamen, alley-oop pass to Illing in the far side corner. Taken away by Hyverin for the Mountain Lions. And out of the zone they go. Getting on it, Sean Bailey. Bailey in the circle, and a shot saved by Michelson. What a story and what a season for Mark Michelson.
You know, we talked about Michelson. The first save he had to make in the semifinals was very similar to that. From the top of the circle, outside the dots, let him see the puck, and then he went on to make every save for the rest of the night. I think it's a good way for Michelson to get his start tonight.
And so it has come down
be
to
an
this.
offensive zone
Number
draw
1 versus
for the
number
Mountain
2,
Lions.
the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions.
Pinnacle looking to flip it out, kept in by McCosh. Mason McCosh listed as a D, 23 goals on the year, tied for first in the league with Carson Kamen, the senior for Pinnacle. Here is McCosh. Tossed it in the open corner. He got the red, negating the icing. Williams being pressured by Connor Brown. Indy Go Big will flip it down low. Williams lays a hit. Iacono takes it behind the net. This is the line that Mason Knopfler is usually on. Now Vinny Hayes will take over in that spot. And what kind of responsibility does he have today as he lifts the puck into the zone? Iacono's shot goes wide.
You know, it's interesting. He's got to be able to defend, but you saw right there in the defensive zone, he throw a puck through the middle of the ice. He can't make plays like that. He's got to make smart plays off the glass and out.
Here's George Hammond. Had the game-winning goal against Mountain Ridge on September 29th, their only loss of the year. Ever since that loss, 15 wins, 0 losses, 2 ties. A.J. Lang right off the bench takes it on the backhand. Here's that long offensive zone shift that Pinnacle are known for. Grinding you in the offensive zone. Mountain Ridge goes all the way down for an icing. That is what this Pinnacle bottom six brings to the table.
Yeah, and this is kind of the game that we saw out of Pinnacle in the semifinal. Like, the pace hasn't got up to what you want to see Mountain Ridge play with that speed. This is kind of just the slow, feeling out game that Pinnacle wants to play to get this game started.
A huge fan base here for the Pioneers. The same way on the other side for the Mountain Lions. Teufel loses the draw. It's a D2 call-up today because Knopfler is out. Shot from the blue line, went off the stick of Mahon. Teufel working with it against Brooks. He had 5 goals in 8 games at the D1 level as a call-up. He was the last player to not make the D1 team due to roster spots, and now he gets to play in the biggest game of the season. Imagine his nerves, Petey.
Yeah, you know, he's expected to play a big role tonight. I mean, he's a guy that can add offense, but your nerves, you're right. You just don't want to make any mistakes in a game like this for a guy that's seeing his first action in a few games at the D1 level.
Both teams get a change. 2 minutes in here in the first period. Mountain Ridge beat Horizon in the quarterfinals 2-1, and then survived is the correct word against Desert Vista 5-4 in a shootout win. Pinnacle hasn't had an easy road on the way here, but they've made it look easy. 2 3-0 wins on their way here against Centennial and then Hamilton on Tuesday in the semifinals. Here's Easton Stockford trying to exit the zone. Horman keeps it in. Bailey will flip it down low for LeVake. Brady LeVake, who went down early in the third period in the semifinals. Now Horman lays a big hit. And we get our first whistle here in the shift, as Illing took a big hit on the wall from Braden Horman. Let's look at this one more time. Horman on that far board.
Yeah, the physicality coming in early in this hockey game. We didn't see a lot of physicality in Pinnacle's first game. And we know Mountain Ridge can bring with some of these big bodies. And I think that the physicality might play into their favor in this one today.
They send out Haggerty, Grantham, and Noah Gallo to the Mountain Lions, who have the last change. They are the number 1 seed. However, the one team they didn't beat in Division I are these Pinnacle Pioneers. I mentioned the game back in September. They met again on November 10th, and they tied 2-2. Jamison Bell gets it ahead for Cole Iacono. Takes it to the outside. McCosh all over him as he circles his own. Vinny Hayes now in the corner. Flips it back for Stockford. His shot tipped on the way. Loose puck in front. Saved by Stiller. Rebound chance. Still loose in the crease. And Stiller will cover it. It was George Hammond in front with a couple whacks at it.
Yeah, and that's the first big scoring chance for the Pinnacle Pioneers. They got the puck inside the blue paint. It's tough to do against Mountain Ridge. And they were able to get the puck inside the blue. Hammond gets a couple of whacks at it in tight. Stiller's played strong. And those are the big saves we talked about from Stiller in the pregame. His ability to make big saves in big moments. And he's able to stand the test for his first save of the game.
George Hammond with that game-winning goal against Pinnacle, or against Mountain Ridge earlier in the season. It goes past Williams. Derry Berry is going to chase this one down. Icing waved off. Tyson, whose brother Logan won a couple state championships. Mason, another brother, won a state championship. He's looking to add his name to the list as Kamen shot goes wide. Kick off the boards and tossed it back behind the net. Carson Kamen has not faced Mountain Ridge this year. In the 2 games, he wasn't present. Illing over. Kamen walks in, shoots, saved by Stiller with the shoulder, and it goes out of play. Kamen, his hands overhead. He thought he would put that one in the back of the net.
Yeah, no, it was a big play by Derryberry at the blue line. This is one of the things Pinnacle does. They hold the puck in, get the puck across to Kamen, and Kamen gets a really good look at this. And I tell you what, Pinnacle, risk reward. They hold the puck in at the blue, but look for Mountain Ridge, try to chip those pucks in behind, and look for those foot races out in neutral zone.
Chitka pushes off the draw. Here's Kyle Rahela, the captain of this Mountain Ridge team, back on defense. The Mountain Lions take it away. Bailey will toss it in. Illing, Chitka, and Kamen with a nice breakout through center. Kamen across the line. Toss it to nobody, and Rahela took it away. Ahead for Bailey. Derryberry took it over in front of the bench, and Bailey will get it deep. We talked to the Mountain Ridge coaches this week. They love the game of Sean Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, those are the kind of players we talked about, the guys the guys we don't always talk about offensively, that they're going to have a big impact in today's game. Those are the guys that are lower in your lineup. They don't always see on the score sheet, but little plays like that, dumping the puck in, getting a line change, you just got to make those smart plays at the right time.
As the puck goes out of play, Petey, you've seen a lot of hockey, you've seen a lot of big-time hockey. Sometimes those lesser-known players make the biggest play at the end.
Yeah, and I think in a game like this, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to see, we know the big names, but I'm expecting someone to step forward today. Can't wait to see who that is.
Chris Brooks will take it back. Brooks turns it over. Iacono and Pinnacle with numbers. Iacono will go behind the net. Stiller in front. Loose puck. Highs tried to poke at it. Iacono on it. His shot saved by Stiller. Where is it? It's under him. Near the goal line. Everybody poking at it. It's behind the net. Iacono on that rebound, and Pinnacle continues the offensive zone shift as it goes to the side of the net. Highs battling. Hammond in there as well, and it jumps out to Stiller, who will cover. That line now, 2 straight shifts with top chances for Pinnacle.
Yeah, it's another one of those opportunities where Pinnacle's getting pucks into the blue paint. You see it here where they get the shot on net, but then they converge in the blue paint. They're getting inside Mountain Ridge defenders, and they're getting whacks and second opportunities at the net. Mountain Ridge is going to have to find a way to keep those Pinnacle Pioneers outside of in front of their goaltender for those second looks.
Here's our first look at Camden Babin from Mountain Ridge. The best player in Division I this year in terms of points, in terms of assists as well. And only a sophomore. He's a 15-year-old playing against these 18-year-olds as Charlie Fox goes into the corner. Loose puck will jump all the way back to Williams, but Jones skates into it. 3-on-2 from Mountain Ridge. Jones on the backhand cutting to the net. Swept away by Tyson Derryberry. Connor Brown, loose puck, turned it over. Dane Caudle picks it up for Pinnacle and will backhand it down.
That's what we talk about Jones, using his big body to drive the net. Pinnacle defenders couldn't fight him off. That's a guy that's going to help get Babin the puck in the middle of the ice.
Here is Babin off a turnover. Camden Babin on the backhand. Turnaround try. Looking for Brown in front. Nathan Chatsworth gets on it, not out. Gobeg kept it in. It jumps out in front. Who's got it? Michelson has to cover it up with the mitt.
Yeah, you get those nerves you want to get as a goaltender. You see a defenseman mishandle the puck. You want to get the glove on it. Here it comes, a funny bounce off the back wall. Michelson's able to put a glove on it, and he'll live another day for a face-off to his right side.
Early shot totals, Pinnacle in front 6-3. 11:20 to go here in the first frame. Montoya back behind the net. O'Mahony all over him. Akash using his edges will just toss it down low. Lewis watched by Teufel. Montoya took a spill. Still got the puck back out to Makash. Here's Ethan Glantz for Pinnacle. Off the glass and out. Caught up in neutral. Nick Mahon across the boards. This one was not kept in, so Mountain Ridge will have to touch up. Glance over to O'Mahony, and here come the Pioneers across the logo. Turnover from O'Mahony to Nick Mahon. Chitka back on defense for Pinnacle. And Mountain Ridge gets a full change. Glance ahead. It goes past Hyveren, who will regain it behind his own net. Pinnacle sending their top guys over the boards here. Kamen can't keep it in. Levake takes a big hit from Stockford. Keeps the puck and tosses it toward the net. Michelson directs it back behind. Stockford to Chitka, and out come Pinnacle. This play is offside. What's been so impressive with the Pioneers in these playoffs, we mentioned, they haven't given up a goal yet. but they've scored 6, and it's come from 6 different players.
That is impressive. We talked about how deep this Pioneer team is offensively, and that shows. And you saw how the defenseman helped O'Mahony get the first goal of the game in the semifinals. They also have some offensive power at the back end.
O'Mahony had a goal earlier in the playoffs. Here's Kamen's shot. Hit a stick, rebound try, and he put it wide as Stiller let it go. Stockford from the corner, and Stiller closes the pads. Stockford keeps this one in. It bounces into the corner where Rahela will take it on the backhand. We're going to see a lot of Kyle Rahela and a lot of Mason McCass on defense for Mountain Ridge as this puck goes out of play. We'll be right back here from Mullet. No score just yet between Pinnacle and Mountain Ridge.
Explore the Southwest style that makes the Grand Canyon State so unique on Arizona Living. Host Danielle Lerner takes to the road to showcase the people, places, and culture at the heart of our state, while offering up some exciting ideas for your next getaway. Whether you're new to the area or a longtime resident just looking for a bit of inspiration, discover all that Arizona has to offer on Arizona Living. Sunday and Tuesday only on YourView or streaming at watch.yourview.com.
This month on Sous Vida, we kick off the new year with a new hobby. We get creative at Phoenix Forge, a community makerspace in downtown Phoenix where we can let our creativity run wild. You're going to love it. Then we take a trip down memory lane because in 2024, we visited some amazing places, ate delicious food, and met some awesome people doing fantastic things in our community. So you don't want to miss out on all the fun because we have all that and more on the next Sous Vida.
It's time to get inspired by the wonders of STEM. The Arizona SciTech Festival is back for its 14th year with exciting events now through April. Celebrate science, technology, and innovation with signature events throughout the community and Arizona SciTech adventures at schools across the state. Enjoy a variety of interactive, hands-on STEM activities and demonstrations for all ages. For a full list of STEM events, visit azscitech.com.
All right, back here at Mullet Arena here in the first period. Just got back and going with 9:45 to go in the first period. Bell on the backhand for Pinnacle. And out come the Pioneers. Petey, you've been tracking the scoring chances so far. It's been all Pioneers. What does Mountain Ridge have to do to get back on the offense?
We talked about how well Pinnacle defends, and they've been able to keep Mountain Ridge to the outside so far in their defensive zone. Mountain Ridge's got to get pucks to the inside. They're going to have to fight away, get pucks inside the hash marks and try to get opportunities in front of Michelson. They haven't been able to do that as of yet.
Here's George Hammond in the circle. Fought past a stick check. Grantham in the corner. Taken to the wall by Iacono, but a 2-on-2 for the Mountain Lions. Montoya launches it in off the boards. A weird bounce, and Bell tossed it off the wall. Bell, who played for Horizon last year, got the last spot on this Pinnacle team defensively. He's been great. Brings a physical presence to these 6 defensemen that they trust in every position. Go Big will toss it to an open corner. Not enough for an icing as Tyson Derryberry's back for Pinnacle. We know the Derryberry family. How big would it be for Tyson to get a championship?
I know. A rule of the roost at their house. They've got 4 rings at home, and he's got to get one of his own, I'm sure.
Logan's got 3. Mason's got 1. Tyson would like to win one here in his junior year. Kosh along the wall, pushed to it by Kamen. Carson Kamen won the championship with Pinnacle in his freshman year, but he said, that doesn't matter to me now. I want a ring here in my senior year. As Jonathan Lewis will chip it in and go after it. Back behind the net, Derryberry pins him there. Chitka picks it up. Logan Chitka has been playing travel around Arizona, now joining Pinnacle for his senior year, and he's loving it. And for good reason. He's brought a lot to this Pinnacle team, especially offensively. The only double-digit goal scorer other than Carson Kamen is Logan Chitka. This line having trouble getting out of their own end. Those forecheck of Babin, Lewis, and Horman getting in their way. Ahead looking for Teufel. Hyvren gives it back. Babin turned it over to A.J. Lang. And this is exactly the game that Pinnacle wants to play. Slow, methodical, and hard to get through any zone. Lang will take it back for Pinnacle, who's stuck in their own end right now. Here's a turnover for Brown.
Yeah, that's the play they can't make. They can't throw those pucks in the middle of the ice against this Mountain Ridge team.
Brown in front, Jones in front, Michelson with the stop, another try, and Brown gets on the rebound. Back out to McCosh, toward the net, blocked down, but not out. And now launched out by Lang.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. That chance happens. Mountain Ridge's best scoring chance of the game happens off a Pinnacle turnover.
McCosh lost the puck. Iacono will toss it off the boards and get his forward line a change. Brown in front, Jones down the middle, and a blocker save from Michelson. Biggest chance of the night for the Mountain Lions comes off the stick of Ben Jones, who was right down the middle and nobody around him. The Mountain Lions keep the zone, down low for Brown. Nice pass behind him for Jones. And George Hammond will force it out for Pinnacle. Right after that break, it's been all Mountain Lions.
Their two best scoring chances of this game happened in this last shift and a half. This Mountain Ridge team is starting to find their legs, and you're starting to see some of that speed that we talked about in the open.
Jamison Bell back for Pinnacle. Under 6 minutes to go in a scoreless first period. Who's going to strike first here in the 2025 Division I State Championship? Iacono ahead. Here's Hayes. Backdoor pass. Looking for Iacono, who shoots it, went off Stiller, and back behind the net. Mahon lost it. Bell steps up. So does Iacono, whose shot went off his stick. Babin looking to poke it forward. Bell toward the net, and Stiller will get the whistle. That line has really gone for Pinnacle. Every time they need something, they go to these three guys.
Yeah, they've been able to maintain offensive zone time and offensive zone pressure, which is exactly what we said Pinnacle likes to do. There you see a shot at net, and it's going to force another offensive zone face-off for this Pinnacle Pioneer squad. That's the way they want to play.
Here's Fox, Caudle, and Small. Fox down low for Caudle. Ian Small right in front, looking for a tip on a shot by Fox. Another family member, Clayton, has a championship with the Pinnacle Pioneers. As this one goes down for icing. I also heard there's another Pinnacle ring in the building. Petey, your son?
There is. Yeah, my son Jackson there up in section 120, watching the game with his girlfriend Carissa. Yeah, you know what? The 2017 captain of the Pinnacle Pioneers. I doubt he wore his ring tonight, though.
I wouldn't blame him if he did. Small puts it down low. These Pinnacle Pioneers looking for their first championship since 2022, and their 7th overall. Mahon forcing it ahead, taken off the puck by Ian Small. Here comes Caudle poking it past Sam Gallo. Brooks back up to Lewis. Chris Brooks spent a couple years in D2 from Mountain Ridge. Now he's playing on the biggest stage.
That's their third turnover. The Pinnacle's thrown through the middle of the ice. They got to stop doing that and giving Mountain Ridge those kind of opportunities. If you don't have the play through the middle of the ice, it's got to go off the boards.
O'Mahony back for Chitka. Mountain Ridge had nothing going for them in their first 7 minutes. They've had 3 or 4 top scoring chances since. Here's Carson Kamen all the way across. Right off the bench is Illing, but he overskated it. Tried to get it back and taken away by Braden Horman. He did not get the red, and that'll be an icing.
Yeah, Mountain Ridge has got to take advantage of those opportunities. They did earlier in this period where they were able to get a shot, and you can see Pinnacle on this replay coming over, and again, just trying to get the puck at the net and maintain offensive zone pressure, and Illing overskates it. You know, it could have been one of their best opportunities. We're still waiting for that top line to get the chances that they're getting from their second line today.
Maybe it'll be here as their shift continues. It goes past Chitka and up for Brady Levake. This is the line that Mountain Ridge wants against their top unit. Bailey, Levake, and Horman. Bailey in front. Michelson gives it right back to him with the stick.
If they could have got that puck across to Horman, Horman's all alone by the blue paint just to the side of Michelson.
Illing to Chitka. Chitka in front and just poked at it, and Stiller got a piece of it with his shoulder.
Oh,
Came again toward the net, saved by Stiller. Rebound in front. Here's Chitka's backhand try. It got blocked. O'Mahony down from the blue line all the way across.
Stiller takes 2 off the head, I think. Jeez, little shake there after that flurry.
Lance's shot was blocked all the way down. It'll be another icing. That's that top line of Pinnacle getting going.
Yeah, I tell you what, and Stiller makes 2 big saves there. And I know it looks like it glanced off his shoulder or his head, but he stayed big, and he's making big saves from in tight. Yep, that bounced right off his head and over the net. A great play by Stiller. But you're right, that's what we want to see from that Pinnacle top line. Just finally getting some offensive zone time that they haven't had enough of in this first period.
They go with Iacono, Hammond, and Hayes here in this offensive zone draw. Akash puts it over to go big. 3:20 to go here in the first. 2 of the top scoring teams and also the 2 top defensive teams, as this is going to be all the way back to the Pinnacle defensive zone is where the draw is going to go.
Going to call that one icing all the way down and all the way back. You got Babin out there, you got McCosh. They've got the right guys on the ice for Mountain Ridge.
Mountain Ridge has scored now 6 goals in the playoffs, and Camden Babin has been either scored or assisted on 5 of them. Brown from the side of the net hit the netting. Jones down low for Brown. Babin in the slot, just lurking over there like a snake searching after his prey.
You're digging deep for that one, John. I like it.
That's where he scores all his goals. That's where the goal against Desert Vista happened. And when they tied the game up at 1, just a couple seconds after DV took the lead. Maybe I'm watching too much Animal Channel. Hammond in the corner for Pinnacle. Both teams looking to see who's going to strike first. Maybe it's Mason McCosh. Here's the speed of that junior defenseman. On net, saved by Michelson. Rebound in the slot. Taken away by Chatsworth. Iacono will go off the glass. Glove down by Hammond. And out of the zone it goes. McCosh just putting it on net there, looking for a rebound, and he got one.
Yeah, and here he is up on the rush, just like we talked about number 75 for Mountain Ridge being able to play both ends of the ice. You're going to see a lot more of 75 in this game.
Bell chasing after it. Babin all over him, circle in front. Haggerty's shot went wide. A slapper from the slot, and he just put it wide of the far post. Here's Haggerty, takes the first penalty of the day on a hit on Bell. Penalty of the day. The first one is against the Mountain Lions. It's going to go against Josh Haggerty.
These 2 teams have outstanding power plays, and we talked to both coaches yesterday, and you can't take penalties. And here, see the little hit from behind. Haggerty's going to go sit in the box for 2 minutes. But this Pinnacle power play is dangerous. But so is Mountain Ridge. You can't sit in the penalty box. Neither one of these teams can have the parade that we saw in the game in the semifinal.
Or Hamilton took 6 penalties in that game. Nevertheless, Pinnacle this year tied for first in power play goals with 19 in 20 games. Tied for first with these Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions. In the playoffs for Pinnacle, their power play 2 for 7. A power play goal in each game.
And one of the things to look for on the Pinnacle power play is Chitka in front of the net, number 61. We talked about his ability to get near that blue paint, kind of like a Chris Kreider for the New York Rangers. His ability to tip screen and get those second chance opportunities.
Kamen, Illing, drop pass for O'Mahony. His shot went wide. Stiller picked it up late. Rahella's clearing attempt just kept in by Kamen. Rahella gets another try and will make good of this one.
And Rahella is a big defenseman back there from Mountain Ridge. Look for him to try to take Chitka out of the play there tight against his goaltender.
The official call was roughing against Haggerty. 1:15 to go here in the first frame. Pinnacle gets it deep. Good bounce for Rahella. Mountain Ridge gets it out and down.
Another good job on the penalty kill by Mountain Ridge. And again, another Pinnacle turnover.
Turnover and Levake's shot into the glove of Michelson. It's those turnovers in the middle of the ice that are killing them.
Yeah, they've been doing a 5-on-5, and now you're starting to see it on their power play. If you have to, just take the puck behind the net. Use the net as a defender and get the puck back up on the ice. You can see it again. Turnover up the ice, and Mountain Ridge throws it back at the net. There's been a great penalty kill by these Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions.
Mountain Ridge's PK in these playoffs, 3 for 4. They do not take a lot of penalties. They had the 3rd least amount of penalty minutes in AHSHA D1 this year. 1 minute to go here in the first period. Pinnacle on the power play. If they don't score, they'll have a couple seconds more in the second. Alex Hilling across the line. A ton of speed as he stops at the top of the circle. Goes left to right for Kamen. There is Logan Chicka back behind the net. One of the 2 power play goals Pinnacle has in the playoffs came off the stick of Logan Chicka. Watched by Makash, taken off his stick. Launched ahead, but kept in by Kamen. Loose puck laying toward the net, blocked down by Connor Brown. Lang all the way back up top for O'Mahony. Puck jumps on him. Illing will toss it into the open corner for Chicka. Down low. Kamen circles all the way across. Illing shoots, he scores! Power play goal for Alex Illing, and Pinnacle scores to make it 1-0 with 10 seconds to go in the first.
Illing was slapping his stick. He wanted that pass to come across from Carson Kamen. They were looking for that seam. He was trying to find his way through these Mountain Ridge defenders. There he slides the puck all the way across the ice. Illing one-times it from the dot, and he's able to build Stiller. That's a real important goal for this Pinnacle Pioneer power play.
Illing with the power play goal. Assist to Kamen along with Chicka. A beautiful pass from circle to circle, and he just found a piece. Pat Stiller and his right pad. A power play goal, and the Pioneers lead 1-0 as we come to the end of the first period. Pinnacle in front after the first 17 minutes.
Yeah, there were a lot of good things by those Pinnacle Pioneers. There really were. And the one thing that I'm going in and I'm talking as the Pinnacle Pioneers is stop those turnovers.
The turnovers allowed Mountain Ridge to get a couple chances. Pinnacle, with their chances, have the only goal of the game so far today. Alex Illing from Chitka along with Kamen. Mountain Ridge will head to their locker room. We'll have a full ice cut between periods here, between the first and second, along with the second and the third. Along with Petey, he's going to have a little interview here, so don't go anywhere here in the intermission. Petey, we're going to get your media chops here in the media education school as Pinnacle will make their way off the ice. What did you think of Mark Michelson's game in the first period?
You know, he made the saves he had to make. And we talked about Michelson having to do that in the semifinals, and he did that, and he's doing it here tonight. Like, he's been tested. I had Mountain Ridge at 3 grade A scoring chances. They had 5 in total, and he made all of those saves. And that's what you need from Michelson tonight. Just make the saves that you're supposed to make.
We're going to send it down low for our ringside reporter today. Todd Walsh has a Pinnacle player with him after one.
The goal, so help me through it, okay? All right. Thief on us here, 1-0 after one. Pinnacle, Todd Walsh, along with Alex Hilling, who had the goal. But before we get to the goal, just tell us about that period. Were you guys starting to inflict your will, playing your game, do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think we started to play our game by the end of that period. It was a slow start for sure, but definitely got back in the gas after the first half.
Nothing better than late.
I don't have that.
This is great. Team encouraging game, and I just had shots. Coach Steve,
last year, we wanted to have semi-final meet. You said, I can't feel my face. We talked to Jillian, your better half, about our long down. So how is it? And would you agree that play sets all for that entire semi-final?
1,000%. Give me a face like me.
Good luck.
All right, Alex, with all scores, after one.
Back here in the booth after that was Todd Walsh with Alex Hilling, who scored the power play goal. Petey, we talked a lot about Pinnacle, 1-0 them after one. What does Mountain Ridge have to do to get back to it in the second?
Well, we got to see their speed. And we talked about how this is a quick team and get pucks up the ice. We still need to see that speed from Babin. We saw McCox on one rush. They've got to get that speed going because you know they can do it. You saw Jones drive the net early in that period. Another big body guy, Horman standing all alone in front. They got to find a way to get the puck to those difficult areas. They just haven't been able to do that enough.
Haven't been able to do it just yet. We'll be right back after this one. Petey has a special interview with an Arizona hockey legend. Stay tuned.
This month on Sous Vida, we kick off the new year with a new hobby. We get creative at Phoenix Forge, a community makerspace in downtown Phoenix where we can let our creativity run wild. You're going to love it. Then we take a trip down memory lane because in 2024, we visited some amazing places, ate delicious food, and met some awesome people doing fantastic things in our community. So you don't want to miss out on all the fun because we have all that and more on the next Sous Vida.
It's time to get inspired by the wonders of STEM. The Arizona SciTech Festival is back for its 14th year with exciting events now through April. Celebrate science, technology, and innovation with signature events throughout the community and Arizona SciTech adventures at schools across the state. Enjoy a variety of interactive hands-on STEM activities and demonstrations for all ages. For a full list of STEM events, visit azscitech.com. Explore the Southwest style that makes the Grand Canyon State so unique on Arizona Living. Host Danielle Lerner takes to the road to showcase the people, places, and culture at the heart of our state, while offering up some exciting ideas for your next getaway. Whether you're new to the area or a longtime resident just looking for a bit of inspiration, discover all that Arizona has to offer on Arizona Living. Sunday and Tuesday only on YourView or streaming at watch.yourview.com.
of the great sport of hockey. And as we get ready for the second period.
All right back here at Mullet Arena, Dylan Pescatore along with my man Steve Peters. Petey, 1-0 Pinnacle after one. What did you think of the first period?
Well, I think that's the way Pinnacle wants to play. I think that's the exact game they want to play. The only thing they got to clean up is the turnovers through the middle of the ice in their own end. But that was a great period for the Pioneers.
On the other side from Mountain Ridge, they got a couple chances here and there, but they weren't the Mountain Ridge we know that scores almost 6 goals a game. How did they get back to that?
And it's Babin and McCosh. I mean, they got to be the guys. They've driven this offense the entire season. They have to do that in the second period. And it's something that we didn't see enough of in the first.
Only one penalty in the first. It was against Josh Haggerty in the first period. At the end of the first period with about 1:50 to go, Haggerty for roughing. Alex Silly makes him pay. Take us through that goal.
Yeah, the power play, you could see those two guys trying to find each other for the seam the entire power play, and they've got that chemistry on that top line, and they carried over into that power play. They were able to find that seam, and they only let it go. I mean, it touches the stick. It was on and off his stick quickly. That one-timer was able to beat Stiller. Nothing the goaltender could do to get across. But I do want to apologize. We did tease this really big interview for this legend of Arizona hockey, and unfortunately, this is live TV, and things happen.
Things happen.
And things kind of fell apart. But we'll try to get something in the second intermission.
Well, we definitely have one interview. We might have two. Don't worry about it. We got a lot of stuff for you in the second intermission. 1-0 Pinnacle. After one, we're ready for the second period. 17-minute periods like we talked about. Mountain Ridge in white, Pinnacle in blue. Shots on goal in the first period, 11 for Pinnacle, 9 for Mountain Ridge. And for Mountain Ridge, we really saw everybody in there, but what's one or two players that stood out to you on their side who played well?
For me, it's Jones. Like Jones, his ability to drive the net and push off the Pinnacle defender, getting a shot off on the net. He ended up with 2 big shots in that period, 2 scoring chances by Jones. I think he had a really good period for this Mountain Ridge team.
On the Pinnacle side, it was that second line with Hayes, Iacono, and Hammond. What did you like from them?
Well, you know what they did? They were able to do what Pinnacle wants to do, maintain offensive zone time. They carried the puck inside the blue line, and they kept it there. And they didn't have to defend. And the best way to defend is play on the offensive side of the puck.
Both teams will switch sides. It'll now be the period of the long change here in the second. A great crowd. The Mountain Ridge fans wearing the white. The Pinnacle fans wearing the navy blue. Well, my favorite part about the student section is when they bring those big fat heads of the players, right, Petey?
Yeah. If I would have known, I would have got one of you, Dylan.
No, never. That thing would break if it was pointed to our mirror. I'll tell you that.
Let's go, Dylan.
All right, we're ready to go for period number 2. It's the Babin line against the Iacono line for Pinnacle. 1-0 Pioneers after one. Chapter 2 here in the state championship of 2025. Camden Babin with the puck. 46 points in AHSHA this year in 18 games. Led the league. And immediately an icing against the Mountain Lions as their student section is trying to pump them up a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? Babin's a guy we expect to see offensively, and right now he just hasn't been be able to break through. And it could happen at any moment. We've seen it from this kid all season long. His ability to get pucks up the ice and get his feet moving.
Mountain Ridge in 2 games scored 4 goals against Pinnacle in their 2 matchups. Camden Babin, a goal and 3 assists. He was in on every goal they scored against these Pioneers. Iacono whips it down low. Brown at the half wall tried to slap at it but missed it. Fell toward the net. Easy right pad save for Stiller as it jumps off the glass. Brown missed it again. Second time he couldn't get it out, and Stiller will save him and get a whistle.
And that's the frustration the Pioneer team has. They keep the pucks inside the blue line. And you can see it with Brown there. Here he's along the wall. He turns the puck over twice. Pinnacle gets a shot on net. And that's how frustrating Pinnacle can be.
It was an interesting matchup in the semifinals because Desert Vista played very similar to Mountain Ridge. They wanted to go. It's a Pinnacle team that's in the right lane. They're pumping the brake on you, right?
Yeah, it's not the foot races that we saw when Mountain Ridge played in the semifinals.
It's kicked over to the wall. Stockford will keep it in and toss it down low. Bailey forces it out. Foot race for Levake against Bell, who will get there first. Levake takes it away at the goal line. Looked to toss it in front. Horman had a poke at it. Hyvren will go off the half wall. Levake takes a hit, goes down low for Gallo. Right back for Levake and an easy save for Michelson as he kept his post.
And that all starts with Stockford losing his stick at the blue line.
Loose puck. Rahela tried to get it out of harm's way. Chick had a nice attempt to put it toward the net, and Stiller put it back behind. Rahela takes it away. Will go off the wall and out. Turnover. Bailey and Levake a 2-on-1. Levake in the circle tried to put it across, and Ethan Glantz got in the way. Glantz, the senior D, got a skate on it and stopped that 2-on-1. The first real odd man rush opportunity for the Mountain Lions tonight.
Yeah, I mean, again, after they get that opportunity, we see Illing again throwing pucks away in the middle of the ice.
Iverin back behind. There's another turnover. Glantz kept it in this time. Haggerty's going to skate to it along with Noah Gallo, but he missed it. Chatsworth picks it up. Nathan Chatsworth in the circle. Taken off his stick by Rahela. O'Mahony looked to keep it in, given right back by Gallo. Will it have enough for icing? It will.
Yeah, this Pinnacle doing exactly what they want to do. They want to hold that blue line, and what's going to happen is you're going to see Martin Ridge starting to get frustrated because they can't get the puck through the neutral zone. They can't get those offensive opportunities, and the fear is that you start taking penalties when you start getting that frustrated in your defensive zone and not being able to get the puck out of your defensive zone.
We've seen them face adversity, but it was in a high-scoring game where they saw the puck go in the back of the net. It's a little different, a lower-scoring game. Derryberry toward the net. Almost got a piece of the official as Teufel will get on it. Back to Williams toward the net, and Stiller with the right pad save. Had a couple bodies on him in front, and this will go down for another icing against Mountain Ridge.
Yeah, and I think this kind of a game, we're talking about a 1-0 game into the second period, that bodes well for Pinnacle. The lower scoring game is the kind of game they want to play. You get into a track meet, I think that's going to be in Mountain Ridge's favor. And that's what we saw in the semifinals where the score started to ramp up. And you knew that favored Mountain Ridge. So the longer Pinnacle can keep this one a low scoring game, the better for the Pioneers.
Hammond puts it back out. Grantham will pick it up. Colin Grantham with it. Second goal against Horizon in the quarters to make it 2-0, the eventual game-winning goal. Iacono over to Hammond. Gallo down to a knee to defend him. Gallo and Iacono. Now it's 2-on-2 at the wall. Pried out of harm's way by Haggerty, who takes a hit. Brooks can't force it out. And Mountain Ridge will start from back behind their own goal line. Haggerty whacked at, and he draws a penalty. A penalty against Pinnacle and Vincent Hayes, who's going to go for hooking.
Yeah, and this is where the tide can turn. We talked about how good this Mountain Ridge power play. You see Hines coming back into the zone, gets a stick up. It's just a little tap, but you get your stick parallel coming through the blue lines. That's going to be a penalty every time.
So Hayes to the penalty box. First power play opportunity of the game for Mountain Ridge. And you see Hayes in the box there right now, and Mountain Ridge starts their power play. Tied for the best power play in Division I this year. Rahela over for Babin. Rahela back at the top, walks in, shoots, saved by Michelson. Rebound chance, it got blocked in front. Charlie Fox will backhand it out.
That's what they need to do. Rahela is able to deliver that puck and get it all the way through. That's what Mountain Ridge needs. They need to get, you can see how well they were ready to converge on that net. They need to get that puck through and let McCosh, Babin, let them crash the net.
And right now, I think the rebound game is where you're going to get Michelson because he's stopping every chance he can see.
Yeah, right now, if he sees it, he stops it.
Shots in favor of Pinnacle, 14-11. 1-0 Pioneers on a power play goal by Alex Illing in the final 10 seconds of the first period. McCosh across the line on the far side will whip it in. Here's Brown and Babin going after it in the corner. Held there by Williams. They tried to feed Rahela. Illing takes it away with Kamen. On the PK, they enter the zone on the far side. We're going to kill some time. Kamen with a nice centering pass, but no one there. Babin will start it up for Mountain Ridge. More ice for them on the power play. Babin looking for the trailer. Finds Rahela, who shoots. He put it wide to the short side. McCosh on the rebound. Gets it down low for Horman. Horman to Brown. Mountain Ridge setting up. All the way back from McCosh, but it goes between his legs and all the way down. Mountain Ridge on the power play here in the playoffs, 0 for 6. They have not been themselves. Long pass ahead. They get the tip in off Babin's stick. Derryberry will beat Brown to the puck and reverse it back for Stockford. Off the wall, not out. Here's Rahela. Derryberry to the puck first. The junior D looking to pin it to the wall and kill some time. Foreman takes a big hit from Fox. Another backhand clearing attempt, and out it goes. Charlie Fox, he is so good on that penalty kill.
A big play by Fox, and he's one of the guys that we said had to come in and do some of that defensive work with Knopfler out of the lineup. That's a great example of it there where he played the body, got the puck all the way down the ice.
Rahela across the line again toward the net. Saved by Michelson. Rebound in front and cleared out by Derryberry. We got to talk to Charlie Fox this week. He said, we play the PK kind of like he plays man down in lacrosse. Another sport that he plays. It's all about communication. Power play over. Ahead is Bailey. Bailey to the net. Shot over the net. Michelson might have got a piece with his left shoulder.
Let's see what the momentum does off this power play. Does Mountain Ridge start to get some juice now that they had the puck in the offensive zone for almost that entire 2 minutes?
Eyes all the way across. Here's Carson Kamen. 23 goals in 15 games this year. Down low, all the way across. And it'll come out to Williams. Their best chance was probably that first shot by Rahela.
Yeah, and Rahela looked good on that power play. He was able to get pucks to the net, and he held the blue line really well, keeping the puck alive in the offensive zone on that power play.
Go Big takes it away from Kamen. 5.5 gone here in the middle frame with the Pioneers up 1. O'Mahony off the wall. Back for Brooks. In Pinnacle's last championship against Notre Dame back in 2022, they did not score first. Notre Dame scored first, and then they scored 4 straight goals. In the last championship at Oceanside Ice Arena here for AHSHA. Before they moved it to Mullet in the spring of 2023. In one of the greatest games I've ever seen in the Desert Vista 4-1 comeback.
Wow.
Gallo ahead. This will not be an icing as the Pinnacle D was in the area. Teufel fighting for it along with Iacono. Mahon on the forecheck against Glantz. He'll try the near side. Up for Teufel, who we mentioned has not played in a playoff game yet. And now this is his first, and it's in the championship game. Offside is the call here.
Yeah, the Pinnacle Pioneers need something positive to happen here in the second period. You know, we're 7 minutes into this period. They haven't had the puck possession that they had in the first period. They haven't had the offensive opportunities that they had in the first period, and then they get the penalty. So they need to find a way to generate something inside the blue line in the offensive zone, and they have yet to do that in this period.
Fox wins the draw, back for Bell. Mountain Ridge, last time they were champions back in 2007. Went back to D1 3 years ago. 10th place finish, a 2nd place finish, and now the best team in the league. They have to complete it. Have to raise that cup to make it mean something. Babin's looking to do that. Puck on a string for him. The sophomore to the net, saved by Michelson. Rebound, jumps out. Go Big shot, put it wide. Brown kicking at it. Kept in by Horman. That top line starting to go now. Down low for Makash. He has Babin with him back behind. Babin to the net, looking for Makash, couldn't get his stick down. Horman will take it at the blue, turns, fires, and put it wide.
You know, we're seeing Horman on the back end, Makash up front on this line. That may be a big difference to help spark this Mountain Ridge offense.
Horman will keep this in. They keep the zone. Babin down low. Babin from a sharp angle, saved by Michelson. And Pinnacle will clear it out. And all the way down, and it's not an icing as it went off Horman's stick.
That's the best shift 5-on-5 for this Mountain Ridge team tonight. And then that's where we talked about Makash jumping up in the play, being involved with Babin. That was a good play.
Brown will backhand it down. Sean Bailey right off the bench. Some fresh legs for Mountain Ridge as the centering pass went wide. Rahela takes it off the wall and feeds Bailey back behind. Bailey from behind. Hyvern has to take it on the backhand. And turns it over. Chitka ahead for Kamen. Kamen with room as he moves in. Carson Kamen shoots. Saved by Stiller on the slap shot. 23 goals for Kamen in 15 games in the regular season, but couldn't finish that opportunity. We'll be right back here on Cox. 1-0 Pinnacle in front.
It's time to get inspired by the wonders of STEM. The Arizona SciTech Festival is back for its 14th year with exciting events now through April. Celebrate science, technology, and innovation with signature events throughout the community and Arizona SciTech adventures at schools across the state. Enjoy a variety of interactive, hands-on STEM activities and demonstrations for all ages. For a full list of STEM events, visit azscitech.com.
This month on Sous Vida, we kick off the new year with a new hobby. We get creative at Phoenix Forge, a community makerspace in downtown Phoenix where we can let our creativity run wild. You're going to love it. Then we take a trip down memory lane because in 2024, we visited some amazing places, ate delicious food, and met some awesome people doing fantastic things in our community. So you don't want to miss out on all the fun because we have all that and more on the next Sous Vida.
Explore the Southwest style that makes the Grand Canyon State so unique on Arizona Living. Host Danielle Lerner takes to the road to showcase the people, places, and culture at the heart of our state, while offering up some exciting ideas for your next getaway. Whether you're new to the area or a longtime resident just looking for a bit of inspiration, discover all that Arizona has to offer on Arizona Living. Sunday and Tuesday only on YourView or streaming at watch.yourview.com.
Back here at Mullet, as we continue here in the middle frame, 1-0 Pioneers in front. Haley looking to force it out. Mountain Ridge with some of their best shifts so far today before we went to TV timeout. Chitka will take it off the wall in front for Illing. Bouncing puck, and Stiller will catch and hold.
You were talking about the chances that they had for Mountain Ridge. How about the last two chances for Pinnacle? You had Carson Kamen coming in, a slam shot at the dot, and now another bouncing puck in front of Stiller. And he makes those big saves. Those are two big saves late in this second period.
The Kamen opportunity, and then that one as well. Carson Kamen with a 2-on-1 break before the break there was, and took a slap shot, but Stiller got the best of him.
Yeah, Stiller looked calm. He was square to the puck, made a really nice save, no panic. Swallowed that one up, no rebound.
Don Bailey can't take it up. Chitka gets taken down, and we have a penalty against Mountain Ridge.
Unfortunately, I think that one's a little accidental. I think he just got his stick in there, and Chitka goes down. We're going to see another look at it here, but as he goes back to get the puck, yeah, the stick is just tangled up in his feet, and Jones is heading to the penalty box.
Ben Jones for tripping. Pinnacle to the power play. Their second time today, they're 1 for 1 on their one goal. It was on the power play from Alex Illing.
Yeah, and they've had the last two scoring chances in this period, and you don't want to put them back on the power play.
Chitka, Illing, Lang in there as well, along with Kamen and O'Mahony at the top. Kamen turns and tosses it down low. Chitka looking to center. Lang will get on it for Pinnacle. A.J. Lang playing in the role that Mason Knopfler would, and now getting the opportunity on the man up. Levesque to center, and Montoya chips it out. Under 8 minutes to go here in the second. It's a 2-minute call for tripping against Jones. 2-on-2 as they enter the zone. Lang turned it over. Montoya picks it up. He's got momentum as he skates past Kamen. Montoya on the backhand will put it down low to kill some time.
Two really nice plays on this kill by Montoya.
Illing, drop pass. Chitka to the slot. Chitka shoots. He scores! Logan Chitka, power play goal. 2-0 Pioneers in the second.
We talked about how important Chitka is in front of the net for this Pinnacle Pioneer power play, but look at him here as he cuts across the middle of the ice at the top of the circle and just lets this one go, beating Stiller to the glove side. It's a great shot by Chitka, and now you've got to be here at Mountain Ridge. You've got to stay out of the penalty box with this Pioneer power play heating up 2 for 2 tonight.
Illing and O'Mahony on the assists. Logan Chitka with the power play goal for Pinnacle. His second power play marker of the playoffs, and Pinnacle's third overall. Or check that fourth now with 2 tonight. Iacono will chip it in. Pinnacle now with a 2-goal advantage over Mountain Ridge. This is not a spot that they're usually down in terms of the Mountain Lions. Haggerty will chip it ahead. And right after they had their power play where they had a couple chances, this play is offside. Couldn't get it to go. Pinnacle comes back the other way.
But this is what Pinnacle does. The first few minutes of this second period were all Mountain Ridge. They had all of the scoring chances, all of the momentum, and Pinnacle just weathers the storm. And that's what we've seen from them this whole tournament. And they get through that tough patch in the defensive zone, and they come up with the power play goal, and now the momentum is going all in their favor.
Mountain Ridge down 2 goals very rarely this year. They were down 2 to Desert Vista. On Tuesday, they came back quickly. Let's see if they have a response. Gallo scores! Right on cue, and Noah Gallo takes it 2-1.
Well, and junior Noah Gallo is able to pick that puck up below the goal line and step out on Mark Michelson undefended. He's able to throw it over the shoulder of Michelson for the first goal that he's given up in this entire tournament. That's a heck of a shot as Gallo comes around below the goal line, right over his shoulder. It's a great shot.
35 seconds apart. The Chitka goal and now the Noah Gallo goal. Only 4 goals in 17 games this year for Noah Gallo. Scores in the biggest game, and that is huge for the Mountain Lions.
And one other thing, Michelson hasn't been scored on this entire tournament. So let's see how he responds now. Is he able to pick his bootstraps up and get back to playing the way he has earlier in this game?
First goal against for Mark Michelson in 2.5 games. Bailey toward the net, blocked down. Damon will get on it, and out come the Pioneers on a nice pass picked off by Rahela. Mountain Ridge with speed. Rahela to the net. Save! No, it's in front! Oh! And just past Michelson and on the side of the net. It went through him, but not in. Chitka turns in front, looking for Kamen off his stick. Pace is picked up now in the second. Rahela ahead for Bailey. Bailey one-on-one with O'Mahony. Bailey's shot went wide. Rebound in front. Picked up by Pinnacle. Kamen rushes ahead. He's got Chitka with him. Kamen looking for Chitka. Tells him to go chase after it in the corner. Rahela will flip it out, looking for Bailey. Found the stick of Stockford. How quickly is this game sped up?
Yeah, this is exactly what Mountain Ridge wants to see. They want to see this kind of speed and this kind of pace, and you could see it in the scoring chance. Look at this one just trickle by Michelson. That one was so close, and that's what we just talked about. You fear that from your goaltender. What does that do to his confidence, giving up the first goal in 2.5 games? And that's not what you want to see in your next shot, where the whole crowd goes, ooh, you think you got it tied up in your pads, and that one's just dribbling behind you through the crease.
Face off to the right of Stiller. 2-1 game now in the second, under 6 minutes to go in the middle frame. Noah Gallo, the goal from Mountain Ridge to go from 2-0 to 2-1. Foreman along the wall. Picked up by McCosh. Chatsworth lifts his stick. Nathan Chatsworth. It's a D2 championship to his name 2 years ago, and now looking for a Division I championship. Foreman looking for McCosh. You mentioned the switch that Mountain Ridge has made. They put Braden Horman back on D and Mason McCosh to forward. They did that against Desert Vista after 2 periods, down 3-2.
Yeah, and we saw how responsible Horman could be on the back end.
Chatsworth to the net, saved by Stiller with the blocker as it bounced behind him. Horman has experience playing travel on defense. Doesn't do it a ton here in high school. McCosh will tip it out. How big of a change is that, and what kind of impact could that make?
You know, I don't think it's a big change for McCosh, because we see how his ability to carry the puck up from the backhand, and he plays a lot in the offensive zone down low as it is. For Horman, it's a big change. He's a guy, but he plays really defensive and smart defensive as a forward, but that's a big change.
Babin toward the net, rebound. Oh, Brown couldn't put it through. Stockford might have saved a goal on a puck that got through Michelson. Rahela toward the net, rebound from McCosh off a skate. Couldn't control. Michelson looking shaky here. A few pucks have gotten past him, but not in. Rahela toward the net. Michelson makes that stop. That first goal by Gallo might have shook up Michelson a little bit.
Yeah, he's got to get back in his game. He's got to calm it down a little bit. That's 2 pucks in a row. You see this shot? Just dribbles through. Just missed Brown, again, we talked about how Connor Brown can be so good offensively, and Easton Stockford gets his stick in there, able to stop that one from going in. Michaelin's got to start seeing the puck. That's two that dribbled through him. Those are two pucks that he normally controls and is able to create a whistle, and he couldn't do that on those last two opportunities.
Mountain Ridge pushing here. Down 2-1, 4 minutes to go in the second. They needed a fifth skater, and now they got it with Bailey. Or check that, Mahon. Bailey on the draw, taken away by Illing. Illing over to Kamen. Kamen to the slot, and he put it wide. Williams right on it. Looking to toss it down low. Mountain Ridge all over them. And they take the puck away. The Noah Gallo goal really got these Mountain Lions going. As Jones loses it. Almost taken away by Illing. Mahon will relax it to Rahela. Up ahead for Ben Jones. Last 2 years spent in Boston and New Hampshire playing travel hockey. Came back for his senior year with Mountain Ridge. Williams for Pinnacle. And the breakout is successful with Kamen. Kamen will toss it in. Stiller directs it to his left where Rahela picks it up. Up ahead for Sean Bailey. Tipped in front. Here's Montoya. Montoya toward the net. Put it wide. Lewis and Hammond come together on the wall. Hammond gets it out. Hayes will pick it up. Hayes taking a few hits by Golbeg. In front, Iacono. Shot saved by Stiller. Nobody in front but Cole Iacono. Stiller comes up big.
You know, I think that pass surprised Iacono. I don't think he saw that play coming. And if he knew he had that support, look as he drives the net. Iacono gets the puck. He's got support there too. That's a 2-on-0 in front of the net. And I just think it surprised him. I don't think he knew what he had support in behind him. He had that opportunity and that much time in front of Stiller.
Remember that save if Mountain Ridge can come back and tie it. Off the draw, Iacono trying to toss it through. Couldn't make it through a maze of bodies. Babin lays a hit on Hammond. And now another one, and now he separates him from the puck. Brown through the center of the ice looking for Makash. Surrounded by three Pioneers, and the puck goes to Cooper O'Mahony. Ahead for Hammond off his skate. Went the wrong way. Brown in front for Makash. Big hit by O'Mahony. He lays out Makash in the slot. That was Ethan Glantz getting his body in the way. Loose puck for Hayes. Vinny Hayes shoots. Saved by Stiller with the right pad. What a big hit from Ethan Glantz on Makash. That's where that physicality can get going, and that's what he brings to the table.
Yeah, and that's something we haven't seen out of Pinnacle so far in this tournament.
Turnover. Babin and Makash. After Glantz put it off his skate, Michelson gives it right back. Babin sauces it back to Horman. Horman toward the net, looking for a tip. And it bounced back in play. Still for Babin. He went down. No arms go up. Now the arm goes up. Penalty against Pinnacle for tripping. Delayed call. 6-on-5 for the Mountain Lions. Babin taken down by a trip by the Pioneers. Tried to drop it for Horman, but Hammond will get on it. And now the power play starts for Mountain Ridge. 1:31 to go in the second. They'll get a fresh 2 minutes.
Yeah, and this is just what we saw at the end of the first period. You're going to see his sticks get tangled up here in the corner. And another tripping call. Iacono heads to the box. And just like we saw at the end of the first period, with Pinnacle going on the man advantage and putting a late goal in to go up 1-0. We're seeing the same thing here by Mountain Ridge getting a late power play here in the second.
A chance to even it up before the end of the second period. Mountain Ridge's power play in these playoffs, 0 for 7. After being the best in Division I, tied for the best in the regular season. It's only a matter of time. Makash toward the net, tipped in front, it went over. Babin can't get after it. Ian Schmall will pick it up and launch it down. And they're facing off with the best penalty kill in Division I with Pinnacle, allowing 6 power play goals in 20 games. Along with 4 for 4, now 5 for 5 in these playoffs. Jones over the line to the net. Michelson directs it to the corner. 1 minute to go here in the second period. It's launched down. Not only do they lose Iacono for 2 minutes, but they lose one of their best penalty killers as well. Turnover here. Jones off the wall. Nice pass for Babin. 2-on-1 with LeVake. Babin to the net. Shoot, save. Rebound in front. Loose in the blue crease. And taken away by the Pioneers. Kamen and Bell as he crosses the line. A go off the wall. Babin on it with 25 seconds to go in the period. Stockford with a big hit on LeVake. Right in front of the penalty boxes. One more rush from Mountain Ridge here in the second. Babin across the pitchfork. To the forehand. Babin puts it high off the glass. Hyverin will get on it with 10. Down low for Babin off his stick. Stockford's clearing attempt off his stick but out. And that will take us to the end of the second period. 2-1 Pinnacle in front after 2. As we bring you back up here into the booth. 2 goals scored in that period. Logan Chitka on the power play for Pinnacle. And then Noah Gallo for Mountain Ridge. Let's start with the first goal. What a shot by Chitka as he cut to the slot.
You know, Chitka's a guy we talked about being in front of the net on the power play, and there we got an opportunity to see his offensive prowess and his ability to get a shot from the top of the circle. And he blew that one by still. It was a really good shot by Chitka.
On the other side, 35 seconds later, as soon as you saw Mountain Ridge go down 2-0, they strike right back. Noah Gallo, a heck of a shot.
Yeah, and what we're so used to seeing from the Pinnacle Pioneers is their ability to defend that area of the ice, their ability to defend the blue paint in front of their goaltender. This time they didn't, and this time they paid for it. And Gallo's able to get that puck up high from in tight, and that's a tough one to save for the goaltender.
How do you think that shifted momentum, and what did you think about the play after that goal?
Well, it did. You could see it in Michelson. Michelson's ability to fumble the next 2 pucks on net, and I think he's calmed back down for this power play. We see him make some saves, but you did see the momentum shift. And I think that period, for me, I had the scoring chance of 7-5 for Mountain Ridge on that one. I think they had the better of the Pioneers in this second period.
As we go into the third, what are both coaches saying in the locker room? You're 17 minutes away from a state championship if you're Pinnacle, and you want to at least extend it or not win it for Mountain Ridge with at least 1 goal.
Well, if you're Pinnacle, you just keep playing the same way. This has been Pinnacle hockey for this entire tournament. Just to keep defending, keep getting pucks out to the middle of the ice, and just let the game come to you. Don't force anything. Just play Pinnacle hockey. For Mountain Ridge, I think they're getting excited. I think they felt the momentum starting to shift, and you saw it. You saw McCosh playing forward in that period. You saw Babin taking the puck almost coast to coast. I think their offensive players are starting to feel it. So if I'm Mountain Ridge, I'm saying, hey, let's get going. Let's get our feet going. Let's get that momentum going. Let's get up the ice as quickly as we can. I think we're in for a really good one in the third.
Let's go down low. Noah Gallo with Todd Walsh.
Well, we've a lot. And once he tied up their guy, he the puck.
Oh, you are facing a goalie that's been on a roll. He's finally allowed a postseason goal. And then it looked like you guys were starting to get some pucks behind him, and you feel like maybe it cracked him a little bit?
Yeah, we just have to keep scoring because opportunities that we have to just keep trying to score.
Well, tell us about the third period before I let you go. This is it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We just have to capitalize, do what we have to do. We've been down games, so we have to actually capitalize.
All right, well, this crowd's waiting for it. We saw what you did against Desert Vista in the third. No, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. 2-1 after 2.
All right back up here in the booth. I have a very, very special guest, someone I've known from day one here with AHSHA 4 years ago, back on February 12th, back in 2022. Jenna Maisel. Jenna, you are the Director of Marketing here with AHSHA. Let's take us through your journey. Where did you go to school and how did you get this job?
Well, I went to school right here. I'm a Cronkite graduate. And I want to say 6 years ago, I covered this game as a Cronkite student, and I just never left.
Never left, and now you're the Director of Marketing. Take us through, what do you do for the league, and how do you help the game grow?
I would say I do a little bit of everything. I really just try to get our league out there so people are able to see it and make everything accessible for whether you're a high school student, a parent, or just a player in our league. We try to do our best to have presence on social media, streaming the games, live updates. Yeah.
You are the fingers, you are the hands behind the AHSHA social media pages. How have they grown since you took over?
They've definitely grown.
You can brag a little bit here.
I think when I took the pages over, we were maybe around 500 followers on Instagram. We're up around like 3,600 right now. Our Twitter presence has grown. Our YouTube presence has grown. It's really great to just see youth hockey flourish in the desert, and that's my job, and I love it.
You love it. This game is great. Talk about the impact that Kenny McGinley has had on this league and also on you.
Kenny McGinley is an amazing person. This is all
Don't worry,
thanks to
he's
Kenny.
not going to see this. Don't say it. Don't say it just because he's locked in here.
None of this would be possible without Kenny. We've spent so many long days, nights, just trying to prepare for not only the season, but tonight and everything that's happening in the future. And Kenny has this
He does
week
everything.
has grown thanks to Kenny. Yeah. So.
You're absolutely right. Now, tell us where people can find AHSHA if they don't follow us on social media. Where can they follow the lead?
You definitely should. Instagram, we're AHSHA_hockey. Twitter, same thing. Facebook, AHSHA Hockey. YouTube, AHSHA Hockey.
AHSHA if you're Canadian, AHSHA if you're from the U.S., right? Nevertheless, last question for you, Jen. I told you I would bring out the hardball. This is the fastball here.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing you've done on social media for AHSHA?
Oh, I would say one of my favorite things is just the little short clips that we make. The kids get so excited about it. They love being in them. They're super fun to film. Every year, Team Arizona, we ask the players questions, and it's always a good time.
That was the exact video I was going to bring up. They were talking about the best golfer on the team last year as they were coming off the bus last year in Texas for Team Arizona. Well, follow us on social media. Jenna is behind it. Anything she does great, DM the account. Tell her she's doing a great job, because she is. We'll be right back with Petey with that exclusive interview that we mentioned.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thank you.
This month on Su Vida, we kick off the new year with a new hobby. We get creative at Phoenix Forge, a community makerspace in downtown Phoenix where we can let our creativity run wild. You're going to love it. Then we take a trip down memory lane because in 2024, we visited some amazing places, ate delicious food, and met some awesome people doing fantastic things in our community. So you don't want to miss out on all the fun because we have all that and more on the next Su Vida.
It's time to get inspired by the wonders of STEM. The Arizona SciTech Festival is back for its 14th year with exciting events now through April. Celebrate science, technology, and innovation with signature events throughout the community and Arizona SciTech adventures at schools across the state. Enjoy a variety of interactive hands-on STEM activities and demonstrations for all ages. For a full list of STEM events, visit azscitech.com. Explore the Southwest style that makes the Grand Canyon State so unique on Arizona Living. Host Danielle Lerner takes to the road to showcase the people, places, and culture at the heart of our state, while offering up some exciting ideas for your next getaway. Whether you're new to the area or a longtime resident just looking for a bit of inspiration, discover all that Arizona has to offer on Arizona Living. Sunday and Tuesday only on YourView or streaming at watch.yourview.com.
Yep. Check 1, 2. All right.
You hear me? Oh, I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
You hear me?
No.
It's Steve Peters back here inside Mullet. We're trying to talk to Bob Keto inside the building. Having a little technical issue. We already talked about live TV being a problem sometimes, Bob. Bob, it's your first experience seeing Arizona high school hockey. What's the experience been like so far?
It's been great, Petey. I mean, first of all, I'm really impressed with the skill level of these two teams. For high school kids, I think they're playing very, very well. And also, I'm impressed with the crowd. I mean, this is a great testament of Arizona hockey fans for the high school level. And a lot of people have come out here to Mullet Arena to support these two teams, and I think it's just great.
Well, you know what? For me, Bob, this is an opportunity to talk to my mentor in the broadcasting business. This is way harder than it looks, by the way, for people that think it's just sitting and talking on a microphone. It's much, much harder than that. So, Bob, I just want to say thank you. First of all, sincerity of my heart. Do you miss this?
Oh, I miss it extremely, Petey, and every day, and I still love the game of hockey. I still watch the game of hockey, every night. And after 40 years of being in the game at one level or another, this is the first year that I haven't called games, and so it's been tough on some nights, but I'm just thankful I was able to be involved, certainly at the NHL level for as long as I was, and I have so many great memories and met so many great people such as yourself.
Thank you so much. We had a great time on the road.
Yes, we did.
We did. And I know Dylan Pescatore, my partner over the last 4 seasons, is getting ready to graduate.
Yes.
At Arizona State. Any thoughts on his play-by-play call?
Well, I had a chance to listen to you guys in the second period. I had the headset on next door, and I thought it was a really good call by Dylan and by you, Petey. And Dylan is certainly a guy that seems to be mature beyond his years in terms of his ability and also the way he handles himself. I think he has a very bright future, and I wish him well. And Petey, I just can't say how happy I am for you that, you've made that transition from coaching at the NHL level to the media side, and you're really, really rising, so successful, working for ESPN, working for PHNX, and having the podcast and the show, and now you got a new venture, your coach's show, and maybe something else coming along. But
keep grinding, Bob. That's all I do. I just keep grinding. That's all I know how to do. Speaking of that, how did you get your start? You went to Michigan State. You were a Spartan. How did you get your start from going from Michigan State to get to where you were in the National Hockey League?
I was very lucky, Petey. I was able to get a job with my hometown team, the Muskegon Lumberjacks, who were in the IHL at that time, which was, along with the American League, the top minor pro league right below the NHL. And so I think maybe they wanted to hire a hometown guy coming out of college. Maybe some people knew me. They might listen. I also did sales, so maybe they thought I could sell something, but didn't sell too much. But at least I got a lot of practice for radio. And I was with them for 8 years and had the opportunity to come to Phoenix and work for the Roadrunners, and then transitioned into radio hosting for the Coyotes. And then finally in 2005, I was able to do the play-by-play, and for 19 years, it was really a dream come true.
You got to see one of the names on the bench for the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions is Sean McCaw.
Yes.
And his son is playing in tonight's game. You have a little relationship with Sean McCaw, one of the assistant coaches at Mountain Ridge.
I did, yeah. Sean was a player for the Phoenix Roadrunners. He was a LA Kings prospect, and I remember him as a very good offensive player, worn number 9. I was wondering, why his son wears 75, but you never know these days.
Number just too high. You're right. Why do you wear 9 like his dad?
But Sean was a great guy. I had a lot of opportunity, to get to know him and to do interviews with him and to watch him for several years, and certainly an icon in Phoenix pro hockey at the minor league level.
Bob, I want to sincerely say thanks to you, because I wouldn't be standing here without your inspiration and your ability to guide me and be my mentor through this. And for everybody here, it is 2-1 after 2 periods in the Arizona State High School Hockey Championship. Pinnacle's on top of Mountain Ridge. We got 17 minutes to go. We'll be back in just a minute.
All right.
and back for period number 3. 2-1 Pinnacle in front after 2. Mountain Ridge with some power play time, 29 seconds on the Iacono tripping call at the end of the second period of power play time as we go into the third period. PD, it's 17 minutes away for Pinnacle. It's 17 minutes, but also a goal away from Mountain Ridge. Let's start with the Pioneers. How do they close this out?
Yeah, I think this penalty kill is huge for them. I think they're going to have to be strong on this penalty kill, and they're going to have to get the puck 200 feet. This 29 second is going to seem like an eternity for Pinnacle. They've got to get past this penalty kill and then just get back to playing their game.
On the other side for Mountain Ridge, we know they're scoring. Noah Gallo got it started, but they need at least one here in the third to at least extend it to an overtime period. What do they have to do?
You know, I expect to see Babin and McCosh out here almost the entirety of this third period. They're going to get a couple of quick rests on the bench, and they're going to be back out. They're going to have to find a way to generate some offense and get through this tough Pinnacle defending.
We're almost ready to go here in the third. You know the nerves are there for both teams. One team is going to be lifting the AHSHA Cup at the end of this one. 17 minutes away are the Pioneers. 17 minutes and a goal are away for Mountain Ridge. In the second period, it was Logan Chick on the power play, and then it was Noah Gallo for Mountain Ridge to make it 2-1. We're ready to go for the third period. Who's going to be crowned the champion of AHSHA here in 2025? Let's know, and we get our answer right here. Charlie Fox with an immediate clear right off the draw. Iacono in the box for tripping. 20 seconds left on the power play for Mountain Ridge. Tonight is 0-1. McCosh at the top of the far circle. Williams all over him. Back to Babin. They're one shot away from tying this up. Babin to the net, blocked in front. McCosh on the rebound. Will toss it down deep. Iacono's out of the box for Pinnacle. Down low for McCosh as Iacono comes in front. Fox lifted a key stick in the slot. Tip in front, and Babin put it over the net. He was wide open, and his stick was there.
And that's what concerns you. That's the second time that a Pinnacle defender has lost their stick when there's a play in front of their net. And you can't defend Babin if you don't have a stick. And you see here the shot here, and Williams has lost his stick in the corner, leaving Babin all alone. I don't think Babin was aware of that. Babin could have taken that puck in and maybe get a better opportunity than just the tip shot. But again, that's the second time the Pinnacle defenders have lost a stick right in front of their goaltender.
The Pinnacle the Pinnacle penalty kill has been so strong in these playoffs. They are now 6 for 6 on their PK. A few issues with changing lines here.
And I think you're going to see that too. We're trying to get those guys over the boards as often as they can.
Good face-off win. Hyveren to the net, just missed the far post. Michael didn't see it, nor did many other people. Here's Teufel, and it'll go all the way down. See a little bit of line changing here for Pinnacle. Now you have Illing, Kamen, and Teufel. So trying to get that offense there with Teufel, but with the two stars on the other sides.
Yeah, and we talked about Teufel's ability to generate offense, even though he's been coming up just today from Division II, but his ability to score Division I has been there throughout this season.
Teufel played in both games in the regular season against Mountain Ridge. Didn't score, but in those 6 other games he played at D1, 5 goals. Alex Illing, taken off the puck by Rahela. Illing had the first goal in this one. Wearing 97, just like his brother Josh did, who won a couple championships with Pinnacle himself. Bailey in front. It's on the line and cleared out of harm's way. It was right on the line, and Michelson's skate might have kept it out. Bailey down the line.
Bailey coming off. It's another bad angle shot, and you see what happened to Michelson. Michelson thought that was going to be icing. He had his arm up. He wasn't prepared for the shot. He think it was icing, and then the puck gets tangled up in his feet. A bad bounce, and that thing ends up in the net.
Now Mountain Ridge goes back to the big boys. Babin, McCosh, Brown, Horman still on that back end as they look for some offense along with Sam Gallo. Do that face-off one more time. This is the longest we've seen Mountain Ridge trail here in the playoffs. Since the 10-second mark left in the first period. Brown back behind. Finds the blue line and Gallo. Off the wall. Good bounce for Babin. Babin lost the puck, went right to Gallo, who launched it toward the net, blocked down by George Hammond, and out comes Mountain Ridge. They have to touch up.
That's one of the things you want to see from Hammond, his ability to defend in the defensive zone.
See what we can do offensively. His shot blocked down by Gallo as he went down in front.
And speaking of that, nice block by Gallo the other way.
McCosh with speed. McCosh and Bell. McCosh to the net. Couldn't get a shot away. Bell got a piece of it, and then McCosh lost an edge. Gallo tried to keep it in. Hammond coming back on the second effort. Exits the zone for the Pioneers. Now Vinny Highs. Highs in front for Hammond, and it's in! George Hammond, 3-1 Pinnacle. A loose puck finds pay dirt, and Hammond put Pinnacle up 2.
That's a big goal for Hammond. After what happened at the other end with McCosh with a great stick play, driving the net, Hammond gets the puck down to the other end. And I tell you what, it's Pinnacle getting to the net hard. This just coasts off Hammond's stick and just slides between Stiller's legs. And Pinnacle's up 3-1.
Highs and O'Mahony on the assists. George Hammond, something turns on for him against Mountain Ridge. 2 goals in 3 games against this top-seeded favorite Mountain Ridge team. That's now on the ropes, down 2 with 14.5 minutes left to go in their season. Hyvren from the blue, tip shot, went wide, still loose at the side of the net. Pinnacle looking to clear it out. Kamen with speed. He's got to step on Hyvren if he wants it. Drops it for Chitka. Back for Kamen, and Stiller is going to slow this one down. And what's the mindset change here for Mountain Ridge?
If I'm Mountain Ridge, I'm throwing pucks to the net. That's another one that Michelson fumbled a little bit as it comes through the blue paint. You've got to get more pucks on net. And you saw as McCosh drove the net just prior to the goal, he made a heck of a play getting under the defenseman's stick and attacked the net. Unfortunately, he just ran out of room, and he couldn't get a really good shot off. They're going to have to find a way to get more pucks on Michelson over the next 14 minutes.
They need 2 now. Pinnacle now back in front by 2. Mountain Ridge responded 35 seconds later with a goal to make it 2-1 by Noah Gallo. Pinnacle looking to close, looking to finish this one off in a game that has really been played under their terms, as it'll go all the way down. Off a Pinnacle stick, so O'Mahony will have to go in after it. Go Big can't tip it ahead. Montoya picks it up and turns it in. Caudle for the Pioneers, off the wall, did not get the red, so that's an icing with 13:45 to go. You thought you see a lot of Babin and McCosh down 1, and now down 2, different.
Yeah, but we saw before, it could be another player that comes up. Gallo comes up with their big first goal. You don't know who's going to have this in. It might be Horman's going to get one. Brown has been around it tonight. Jones has been close a few times. There's plenty of guys that can provide offense for Mountain Ridge.
Good face-off win for Babin. Gallo back at the blue, down low for McCosh at the half wall. Brown back behind the net, watched by Teufel. A nice pass between his legs, went past Babin. 3 Pioneers all around them. Peter, you talk about defending as a group. There it is.
Yeah, and what Pinnacle's doing really well here with 13 minutes to go is keep Mountain Ridge to the outside. They're not aggressively chasing the puck. They're staying out on the dot lines, and they're not letting Mountain Ridge get to the inside.
Babin circles. Long pass from McCosh, reaches him. Drop pass for Brown, right back to the junior D. Looking in front, backhand try by Horman as they start to push. Gallo's shot went off the glass, Babin on it, in front, off the skate, off the post, but out. A few of those bounces have gone the Pinnacle way today, and that's another one.
That one goes off Lang's skate. We're going to see it here. Lang comes down in front of the net, off his skate, kicks at it, trying to keep it clear of the net, and he puts that one off the pipe. And the nerves are starting to show up for the Pinnacle Pioneers.
A shot in the second period went through Michelson and hit the post. That one, the same. It's a game of inches. And right now, Pinnacle up 3-1. Illing stops at the blue. Down low, Stiller is going to stop and hold this one as Kamen goes down after a push, you could say, by Hyvren.
And both teams have to hold their composure here. We're getting late in this game, and nobody can afford to be sitting in the penalty box in this circumstance right now in this third period.
2 penalties for each team. Pinnacle with the advantage with their power play goal. Hit in the corner And PD, you're right on cue. That's a penalty. And it was Hyvern and Kamen again.
Yeah, and we saw this with Pinnacle in their semifinal game with Hamilton, their ability to get under their opponent's skin and get them to draw penalties. And it was that top line. It was Illing. It's Kamen. Those guys are frustrating to play against. You're going to see Kamen up against the wall. Hyvern puts him almost through the glass, and he's going to sit for 2 minutes.
Roughing is the official call against Hyvern, their third penalty of the day. And you talk about only having now 12 and a half minutes to work with. Well, really, it's like 10 and a half because that's 2 minutes off the clock of their chances of coming back.
Yeah, and
you have to keep Pinnacle off the board.
Pinnacle's 2 for 2. 2 for 3.
1 for 2.
1 for 2. Illing PP. Chitka PP. Maybe I'm wrong.
Down low for Rahela. You're right on that. That's on me.
Yeah.
Petey's got the numbers.
Live TV.
There's a reason you had your job for over 20 years with the Coyotes, because you had the numbers right. It goes all the way down from the Mountain Lions.
It is a big kill for Mountain Ridge. They have to kill this penalty. They can't go down 4-1 with 12 minutes to go. It's going to be a big kill, and you're going to see Rahela's going to be a big piece of this in front of the net. They got Babin out there. They got guys that can move their feet, and they're just going to have to get pucks down the ice.
Stiller with the pad stop. Illing off the wall for Babin. Can't get it out. Kamen walks in. He shoots. He put it high, and it hit a stick in the process as it goes off the netting.
Yeah, Mountain Ridge is doing exactly what they need to. They got bodies in front of those shots. They're not going to allow the puck to get the net. You're going to see Kamen here trying to get a shot on net, and bodies get in front of it. And that's getting all the way through.
What I think is so impressive with this Pinnacle power play is you talk about chemistry with a power play unit so important. They don't have one of 5 guys in Mason Knopfler tonight, and they're still converting 2 out of 3 times. Short-handed chance for Levesque. Taken off his stick by Illing. A nice play on the back check by the senior forward. Kamen across the line. Kamen shoots, went off the skate of Gallo. Back behind the net now. Gallo swipes at it, kept in by Stockford. To the net, taken away by Gallo, and he'll high flip it out and make Stockford go chase after this one. Depth so important at this time of the year as Levesque almost took it away from Chitka. One man goes down, the next one has to step up. Chitka across for Jamison Bell. In front looking for the tip from Hammond. It went over the net. Here's Hammond again. Had the third goal. Iacono back up top. Stockford shot save. Rebound chance. They score! Hammond again! George Hammond, 2 goals here in the third, and he puts Pinnacle up 3.
And just like that, power play now, 3 for 3. That's tough. That's tough. 10 seconds left. They almost killed that one off. 5 seconds on the clock. Shot goes back to Stockford. Again, we just talk about getting pucks to the net. Look at Hammond coming in from the dot, and he's able to put that one by Stiller on a great rebound. We talk about just throwing pucks to the net. That's what Pinnacle did on that second power play unit.
Easton Stockford with the assist on the goal by George Hammond. Something about him against Mountain Ridge, Petey. Sometimes you play your best against certain teams, and George Hammond does that against Mountain Ridge.
Yeah, and this is a big hill to climb right now for Mountain Ridge. And the concern you have now when you're down 4-1, and we talked about the McCosh and Babin all night long, well, now they're going to try to do a lot, and they're going to try to do it by themselves. They can't win that way, so it's going to be somebody else.
Round for Babin, went off the facing of his stick, didn't get all of it. And Pinnacle's in a spot where they love to be. They love to play with a lead.
Yeah, we talked about how well this team defends already.
And they take the puck away here. Kamen across the line. Carson Kamen shoots. He put it high. Eyes on the rebound. Down to Kamen. Chitka off the bench. Thought about pulling that one up. In front for Kamen. Saved by Stiller. Where is it? Knocked down was Horman. Stick went flying as well as Illing controls it and puts it back for O'Mahony. Babin all over him. Loose puck. Haggerty's going to chase after this one with glance. How impressive has this Pinnacle defense been overall? 60 that you can run over and over again. I think that's the main reason for it. No one gets tired.
Yeah, they've done a great job. And it's funny, usually you see in high school hockey that you've got that top pair that you want to make sure is out there all the time. Pinnacle is fortunate enough they're able to put any of those 60 out at any time against anyone.
A group that has 4 of 6 of those D seniors. The other 2 juniors. A lot of experience. Grantham will backhand it deep. Haggerty for Noah Gallo, who has the only marker for Mountain Ridge today. And Michelson holds it. You talk about Mountain Ridge trying to get putts to the net. We're going to continue on that. 4-1 Pinnacle in front. We'll be right back.
Explore the Southwest style that makes the Grand Canyon State so unique on Arizona Living. Host Danielle Lerner takes to the road to showcase the people, places, and culture at the heart of our state, while offering up some exciting ideas for your next getaway. Whether you're new to the area or a longtime resident just looking for a bit of inspiration, discover all that Arizona has to offer on Arizona Living. Sunday and Tuesday only on YourView or streaming at watch.yourview.com.
This month on Sous Vide, we kick off the new year with a new hobby. We get creative at Phoenix Forge, a community makerspace in downtown Phoenix where we can let our creativity run wild. You're going to love it. Then we take a trip down memory lane because in 2024, we visited some amazing places, ate delicious food, and met some awesome people doing fantastic things in our community. So you don't want to miss out on all the fun because we have all that and more on the next Sous Vide.
It's time to get inspired by the wonders of STEM. The Arizona SciTech Festival is back for its 14th year with exciting events now through April. Celebrate science, technology, and innovation with signature events throughout the community and Arizona SciTech adventures at schools across the state. Enjoy a variety of interactive hands-on STEM activities and demonstrations for all ages. For a full list of STEM events, visit azscitech.com.
Mullet Arena. Here's Gallo back for Mountain Ridge and patted aside by Michelson, and out comes Pinnacle the other way. Up 4-1 in this one as they continue on looking for their first championship in 3 years, which PD for Pinnacle is a long time.
It is after what they put on in 17, 18, and 19. This team is used to being in this spotlight.
8:24 to go here in the third. There are high expectations when you play at Pinnacle.
I think there are. It's one of the biggest programs in the state. They have 4 teams that they're able to put out perennially. It's a team that their program fills up quickly, as we just talked about earlier tonight, and they expect to win. This is a team that starts the season off thinking they have an opportunity to win every single season.
Iacono wins this draw with George Hammond on the ice. 2 goals for Hammond in this game. 2 goals here in the third. And Mountain Ridge down 3, a spot where you'd have to check the record books. I don't think they've been down 3 the entire season. Scoring almost 6 goals per game in the regular season. Surviving through Desert Vista on Tuesday. Down 3-1. Gave up a game-tying goal in the last minute and won in a shootout.
Yeah, but this Mountain Ridge team has enough offensive power to come back in this one. I mean, if you're Pinnacle, this one's not over yet. Mountain Ridge can score goals.
Yeah, this is not a Mountain Ridge team that wins games 1-0, 2-0.
That's right.
Or whatever. They win games 6-0, 7-0 at times. They even had a win this year, 14-0. They have the goal-scoring ability, but the Pinnacle defense has kind of put them in a chokehold today. Along with Mark Michelson, who's been incredible here in the playoffs. Allowing 1 goal with now 7 minutes away from being 3 games. There's another stop.
We're going to see a penalty here, I think, Dylan.
Penalty against Pinnacle, against Chitka. It was behind the play, as they're going to announce it here. Chitka in the box for roughing. So it was behind the play. It must have been a hit near the benches or whatever it may be. But Chitka in the box, as you see him with assistant coach Brian Derryberry. He's got a couple rings in his house, like we talked about.
This is a must now.
Power play for Mountain Ridge.
This is a must score. It's a must score for Mountain Ridge. And again, they got 5 guys out there can do it. We saw Rahela just throwing pucks at the net. Brown can get to the blue paint. Babin and McCosh have the ability to score from anywhere on the ice.
Now they're moving the straw. The officials are talking over with the Mountain Ridge bench. And Mountain Ridge now has to start in the power play outside their zone. So Chitka in the box for roughing. Chitka had goal number 2 for Pinnacle. Mountain Ridge in a must-score situation with 7 minutes to go. Kosh tosses it down low, looking for Jones. Ben Jones in front, immediately out of the zone by Derryberry.
Really good stick by Derryberry in front of the net.
Pinnacle looking for championship number 7. They have to get through 7 more minutes here in the championship game. Brown for Babin. Camden Babin, the sophomore, to the slot. Waits, shoots, saved by Michelson. Rebound went behind the net. Jones back out for McCosh. His shot blocked down by Derryberry. Illing got just enough to get it out. Kamen will help it all the way down past McCosh. It takes a true team. And this Pinnacle team starts up in August. They all go up to Flagstaff, D1 to JV, all of them. And they do team bonding. As Brown's shot was blocked down. Another try by Jones off the glove of Michelson and cleared out.
I've been on those trips, Dylan. I've had my skate time. Seemed like an eternity in those couple of days up there at Flagstaff.
Up at J. Lively Ice Arena.
Fantastic time.
And they do team bonding. And no matter if you're a senior on D1 or you're a freshman on JV, you're all the same. And they all come together as a program. What a play by Charlie Fox getting in that passing lane.
We talked about his ability to defend on the penalty kill, and we're seeing it there. It's a good stick to keep the puck out of the middle.
Brown over, Babin waits, shoots, he put it wide.
Nice pass by Brown, finding Babin on the back door.
McCosh down low for Brown. 5.5 to go. 7 seconds until Chika's out of the box. McCosh toward the net, blocked down by Jamison Bell.
Big block by Bell, not letting that one get through, and that's a huge kill by the Pioneers. We're down the last 5 minutes in this one.
5-minute warning, and Mountain Ridge needs a miracle. They need 3 to tie. Sharp pass to Bailey. Puts it back behind the D. Kamen on this one. Chick is out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. And the Pinnacle power play continues on their streak. 7 for 7 in these playoffs.
And you're going to have to see Mountain Ridge is going to have to take some chances here. You're going to see them throw pucks down to the middle of the ice. They're going to try to get in behind that Pinnacle D, looking for odd man rushes. They've got to generate some offense here. This is do or die in their season.
Goes back behind. Levesque is going to be the first one there for Mountain Ridge. In front, looking for Gallo, taken away and cleared down by Bell. It'll be an icing with 4.5 to go here in the third period. Petey, you've been in it. You've been a coach of high school hockey. You've been a coach at Pinnacle for high school hockey. It's tough to get everybody on the same page, especially defensively. This Pinnacle team has done it.
It is. And one of the things you see often in high school is the imbalance of talent levels on a particular team. And you'll see 1 or 2 guys that have to carry the mail for the entire game. Pinnacle's lucky. They're deep enough where they can spread that around and everybody's a part of it. Everybody's pulling the same rope.
Loose puck in front. Grantham couldn't get after it. Here's Hayes. Hayes was told early this morning, you're now our second line center. And he's done a great job at that. He's been on the ice for 2 goals, both scored by George Hammond.
This line's been great tonight. This guy, they came to play, and they've done exactly what they're supposed to do for Pinnacle.
Extended the lead to 3-1 and now 4-1 as they center it again. Haggerty right there. We always talk about Kamen, Chitka, and Illing. But there's a fair shot to say that this has been their best line of the night. Poke check by Michelson puts it to the corner. Final 4 minutes now. As the Pinnacle student section can feel it. Hammond trying to get off for this one. He was looking for number 3. We had Chuck-a-Puck earlier. If he scores another one, we're going to have the hats on the ice.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did not win at Chuck-a-Puck today.
Petey, you know, we've done it for 2 or 3 years. I don't think I've ever even gotten close to the target.
I don't.
I mean, we're shooting from a further angle up here, though.
Yeah, that's my
we have a disadvantage.
The sun was in my eyes.
Babin toward the net. Loose puck. Grantham can't get on it, and Hammond clears it out. This one will find its way to Hyverin's stick, and Pinnacle gets a full change. A couple shifts away from their 7th championship. A chance to be on top, and Michelson makes the stop. And Mark Michelson might even be that MVP of this run, which nobody could have guessed.
I talk about one goal in almost 3 complete games now is unheard of. I've been following high school hockey for a very long time here in this state, and I've never seen a performance like this over a state tournament.
In our first year that we announced the state championship, one of Pinnacle's best goaltenders in history, Connor Dumnil, was in net. And even he allowed a couple more goals than what Mark Michelson's doing right now.
For Pinnacle right now, it's just keep it simple. Just play smart hockey, stay within yourself, pucks out over the blue line. If you get the opportunity to get the puck deep, you get the puck deep. No chances, don't take any chances at the blue line, and just defend. And this team can lock it down.
And Pinnacle had to subscribe to, hey, we don't have to take chances as a defensive crew because of how good our offense is up front. And all playoffs, they've done that. Today, correct me if I'm wrong, Petey, I only remember one odd man rush for Mountain Ridge.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we've talked about Pinnacle's ability to defend coming into this game, and I'm a big believer in defending wins championships, and that's at any level. I don't care if you're playing the U10s or you're playing in the NHL, defending wins championships. And Pinnacle's been able to do that, not just tonight, but for this entire tournament, and frankly, for the entire high school season.
They were second in goals allowed. They allowed just over 2 goals a game in the regular season. And now here in almost 3 games, they've allowed just 1 against some really good offensive talent as well. Centennial, Hamilton, and now Mountain Ridge. Goes off the back wall. Under 2 minutes now to go. Kamen picks it up, and here come the Pioneers. Across the line, Carson Kamen. 23 goals in the regular season. In front for Illing! And how did that one stay out?
Stiller with the save of the night.
Alex Illing had the first goal, almost had another turnover. All the way across, Illing to the net, now he's got it! And they can feel it on the bench. The Pioneers up 5-1 with 93 seconds to go.
Illing was robbed by Stiller just moments before this goal where he brings it across and he's able to tuck it underneath the pads of Stiller. This one's 5-1, minute and a half to go. Pinnacle starting to feel it, but I will say this about AHSHA, Dylan. Over the last 4 seasons, they've had 4 different state champions. And that shows the parity in this high school league. It shows that there's so many kids, so many teams that are looking to be in this special moment. And I tell you what, it's been a joy and a pleasure to do it with you, Dylan.
It's been a pleasure, Petey. 4 years. I don't know, maybe it was us coming in. We have new champions every year, but we've had great games. Pinnacle can feel it. 1:20 to go here in the third, up 5-1. And pretty apropos as we get a whistle here that it's Illing from Kamen and Chitka, the top line the entire year. Now Horman takes a penalty, and Pinnacle is going to most likely finish this game up on the power play.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with Horman going to the box, there's another kid played a really, really good hockey game today. He's been able to play. He started off up front, and then he finished the last 2 periods playing on the back end. The kid did it all in this tournament. Hey, I mean, he's a fun kid to watch, and he's been responsible defensively, but he's also been able to add a little bit offensively for this Mountain Ridge team. Really nice player. That Horman's had a great tournament.
Haggerty will take the draw against Fox. Pinnacle going with their usual line. They go 3 forwards, 2D here on the power play, not taking any chances. 1:05 to go. These Pioneers have been through it. A semifinal loss to Desert Vista 2 years ago. A semifinal loss to Centennial last year. And now they're a minute to go to being the champions of 2025. They said they wanted to do it for the seniors. They said they wanted to do it for head coach Chris Illing, and they've done just that.
And speaking of seniors, Nopolis unable to be on the ice tonight with his teammates. You really feel for a kid that helped get this team to where they are tonight. And I think we're going to see more guys going to the box.
It's just delaying the inevitable as Ian Schmall along with Hybrin are going to go to the box for 2 minutes each for roughing. 33 seconds on the clock.
I want to give one more shout out when we get a chance to Kenny McGinley, the president of AHSHA, and it's Arizona State High School Hockey Association. Without Kenny McGinley, this game isn't here at the moment, period. End of story. It's not on TV. It's not on YouTube. He's been able to do so many great things here to promote this great game in Arizona. I can't tell you what a tireless, thankless job Kenny McGinley has done for Arizona State high school hockey.
A lot of long hours, and Petey, without him, we wouldn't be here. The game would be back probably at the ice den and, in front of 900 people. This is how the game has grown, and so many people are now here celebrating our great game in the state of Arizona. 15 seconds now. Mark Michelson, 1 goal allowed in 3 playoff games after starting just 4 Division I games the entire year. The Pinnacle Pioneers are champions of 2025. A 5-1 final with the Pioneers as the champions. The first time since 2022. And in their run to the mullet, they scored 5 goals, 3 goals, and 3 goals. But most importantly, they gave up just 1 total.
Yeah, and we knew coming into this tournament, Pinnacle's going to be tough to beat because of the way they play defense. And one of the question marks we had, Dylan, and you and I talked about in the quarterfinals, was goaltending. And we talked about it with this Pinnacle team throughout this season. Could they have the goaltending that could help win them a championship? And they did.
They did, and then some, right? Mark Michelson, what a story. As Mountain Ridge and Pinnacle is now going to shake hands, we got to give a shout out to this great Mountain Ridge team. One of the greater regular seasons that we're going to see. 16, 1, and 3. Not only a shout out to their seniors, which we're going to name, but a shout out to Sean Babin, Sean McCosh, and the entire coaching staff for Mountain Ridge, including Gary Bernard, Lonnie Britt, David Bouchon, Austin Penzone, James Takas, Gracie Olson, and of course, their program manager who's been around since day 1 of AHSHA, Ed Georgievich.
Yeah, I saw Ed before the game too, and he's one of the great names in Arizona State high school hockey. Mountain Ridge has to be proud of this season. This was a tremendous season, and what they were able to do throughout the season and into this playoff. They just ran into a Pinnacle Pioneer team that just could not be beat in the defensive zone. And I hats off to Mountain Ridge. They've been a fun team to watch. They play with pace. They play the right way. And congratulations on an outstanding season for the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions.
We're now going to hand out the medals to both teams, not only Mountain Ridge for being the runner-up, but also Pinnacle for being the champions, along with, Petey, and this is one of my favorite traditions here at the championship, the Golden Stick, which goes to the MVP of the playoffs. Last 2 years, Ryan Jim for Desert Vista. You remember him? Last year, it was Ryan McCaughey as well. And now, we're going to see who's going to have the Golden Stick for the Pioneers. Let's give a shout out to these Mountain Ridge seniors. Connor Brown, Colin Grantham, Josh Haggerty, Ben Jones, Brady LeVake, Nick Mahon, Brady Babcock, along with Easton Siller, both goaltenders, Chris Brooks, Sam Gallo, Kyle Rahella as well. Let me give a quick story about Chris Brooks, Petey. Back in our old days of the little tripod camera that we had before we had the great Ben Smith here producing, Chris Brooks actually held the camera for me one game, and him and I have had that connection ever since. He is a great guy and a great person, and we salute all these Mountain Ridge players for a great year.
Number 30, Babcock. Number 31, Easton Stiller.
What a tournament by Stiller. Some of the saves he's made over this tournament, absolutely outstanding.
Came back to play high school his senior year and did everything he could. He was the reason that Mountain Ridge made it to this game.
Was Gallo the goal scorer tonight?
Nick Gallo, number 21, along with Sam Gallo, the brothers. Rahella, a captain on this team, a grinder, one of the better defensemen in Division I overall.
He's a fun kid to watch.
Right.
He plays with sides, but he also can play with a little bit of offense.
Ben Jones.
Yeah, McCosh is going to be back again. You look at McCosh and Babin.
Oh.
Hey,
Another year, Petey.
Freshman, sophomore, you go, God, those two guys were good. Now, they're sophomore and junior. Those two kids, unbelievable together, unbelievable teammates, and a big core for this Mountain Ridge team.
And now with a little bit of juice now for Babin, who knows? He might hit 75 points next year. Who knows?
Yeah.
What he's done. Mountain Ridge has gotten their medals, and now it's time for Pinnacle.
We do have to talk about Babin. Babin didn't play at 100% during this tournament.
Did not.
He's been injured. He's been dealing with some things, and unfortunately, we didn't get to see him at his best. I hope he can get healthy and get right back for this Mountain Ridge team next season.
Vinny Hayes, who got the news this morning, he was going to get a bigger role, and he excelled. He was on their best line tonight.
Yeah, they were great. They kept the puck in the offensive zone almost the entirety of all of their shifts. He was great.
That's a great shot by our guy Mark Pescatore on the ice.
Look, Cottle. He did the Pinnacle 4. His freshman year JV, second year D3, junior year D2, this year D1. Finishes it off with a state championship.
Unbelievable. It goes to show just how much you can work your way up. Derryberry and Fox.
Masiglia was the last pioneer to do that.
Marsiglia.
Yeah, Patty Masiglia.
And he scored a goal in our championship, our first championship that we did.
And he ends up winning a championship too in 22.
That's right. Charlie Fox and Tyson Derryberry now have their championships.
Bring it home to their brothers.
Finally get a little bragging rights.
Yep.
I did it too, right? George Hammond, 2 goals in this game. Really separated this game in the third period.
Yeah, he did. He had a great game. And again, we talked about somebody's going to be the unsung hero of this game. Hammond had 2 goals in this game. As a guy we didn't have pegged in on the offensive side of the puck for the Pioneers, he comes up with 2 very important goals in this third period.
Logan Chitka, unbelievable.
Started the scoring off in the first period on the power play.
And I got to give a shout out to Ben Sanger as well.
Yeah,
a great regular season for Ben Sanger. Played his best. Didn't complain. Coaches told us you're going to be disappointed with the decision to not play, but he took it in stride, and he was right there and had Mark Michelson's back the entire way. That takes a lot and shows a lot as a person of Ben Sanger.
Yeah, and trust me, I've been the backup goalie before. It's a tough role at times, but you have to understand what it is to be a good teammate. And he's got a ring, he's got a medal, and he's got a state championship.
This Pinnacle team.
Stockford, I tell you, what a defensive game he played today. Some really good plays at both blue lines, keeping the puck in and being able to get the puck out. He was a great game tonight for Stockford.
Set up that Hammond goal in the third period, the first one. Alex Illing started the scoring tonight. Wanted to finally get a ring to match up with his brothers, and now he has it with 2 goals tonight. Everyone's got their medals, and now is it time to roll out the cup? Do you see it yet, Petey? I'm waiting for it.
I don't see the cup.
Once again, congratulations to your team.
We got the golden stick. We got the cup to hand out as well. First, we'll do the golden stick, which goes to the MVP of the playoffs. Kenny McGinley, the president. We mentioned him before. He's got it. Former player for Horizon, by the way. Kenny McGinley.
Oh, Kenny McGinley.
And now we get to see who gets the golden stick.
This was a pure hockey. No winner will receive a Gold Hawaiian hockey stick to commemorate their fantastic playoff performance. Your 2025 playoff MVP with a hat trick. Here's tonight in the championship game, number 97.
Alex Illing, the MVP. Pete, he's been through a lot, and we didn't know if he was going to continue to play on Tuesday night after he got that big hit against Hamilton. Got right back to it and put up a heck of a performance tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, we talked about that being a big turning point in that game against Hamilton when he got hit just at the top of the circle. And you can see the cut that he's wearing across his nose as a remembrance of that hit. Came back and was a big part of that game. And you saw his ability today to lead the offense for this Pinnacle Pioneers. And I tell you what, he's not the first Illing to have a championship. He's the third Illing. I think Joey, his cousin, has got a championship. And Monkey has been around this program for a very, very, very long time.
Charlie Fox has the cup. He's going to bring it over to his student section. And this Pioneer team deserves it.
a little known fact, my name is on that cup, Dylan.
That's right, Petey. 2017. I don't know how many goals you had that year.
But this is the big moment for this Pioneer team. I mean, this is what makes high school hockey special, is what's happening right now. When they're in front of their student section, those are the kids that go to school with. They're going to wear their championship rings at Pinnacle High School as a proud member of that school student body. This is what makes high school special. This is why I encourage kids to play high school hockey. This is the experience I think kids need to see when they're playing hockey here in the state of Arizona. And I just encourage everybody to embrace high school hockey here and give it a chance, because this is great, great hockey.
Let's go down low. Todd Walsh with head coach Chris Hilling.
Being a coach, because you ask these kids to run through a wall and they go ahead and do it for you. And tonight they ran through a wall, and that's what they earned, and that's unbelievable.
This was a one-goal game going into the third. So what did you see, and what did you want to see in that third period?
Well, you know, a little bit of the same. Like the end of the second period, I thought we finished strong. I knew that the next goal was going to be huge in that game, and quite honestly, that I don't know what to say, man. We got that third goal, and the whole bench took a sigh of relief, and we could play our game the rest of the way through. I never expected this to be a 5-1 game, to be honest with you. I swore this would be a one-goal game, and it would be hard fought to the end. So we got maybe a couple bounces there in the end that helped us. So
it's all in the family with the Illings. That was a special night for Alex. You and I talked between the first and second period about the game sort of going through him. You weren't sure yet, but now can you say it?
Yeah, unbelievable, right? Yeah, it's my nephew. He's the last Illing to play at Pinnacle, right? He's a senior, so we're actually done as a family as far as players go, and it was great to see him go out like this, so this means a lot.
Coach, before I let you go celebrate, there's a theme I had going into this game here tonight that I shared with everybody, and it's the old line from Fred Sherrill, the head coach of the Flyers: win tonight, walk together forever. It's my favorite phrase in hockey. That's what's going to happen to all of them, isn't it?
Yes, and we actually talked about that in between the second and third, right? That all the bruises and everything, you don't feel anything at the end of the game, and they can't take this away from us. We've got this for the rest of our lives.
I lied. One more. We were trying to make this the place to be in the Valley tonight. Can I say mission accomplished?
I would say mission accomplished. This is the best crowd I've seen for a championship game. Pretty amazing. So,
thanks, Coach.
Thank you all.
All right. Coach Hilling.
All right, we'll take it back up here in the booth. That was Todd Walsh, of course, legendary rinkside reporter for the Arizona Coyotes. Worked with you for a couple of years, Petey, right?
Yeah, good.
Great friend and a great guy as well. Alex Hilling with the MVP for Pinnacle. They win the championship. What a moment for them. Like Todd Walsh said, you win today, you walk together forever. Can you authorize that phrase that happened to the 2017 Pioneers, that you win the championship and you'll never forget the guys that you played with?
Yeah, for sure. And I can vouch for that too, because you saw a lot of them here in the game tonight, and they were sitting together. And I think that you're doing it at a high school kid, they'll be talking about this for the rest of their lives. This was a big moment for Pinnacle High School hockey.
Let's go down low. Todd Walsh with Alex.
It's a tight-knit group. I can't ask for a better team, honestly.
How did a one-goal game turn into this in the third period in the biggest game of the year?
Honestly, it was, I think because of the locker room, we were all rallying together, getting ready for this third period. We knew it was a huge, huge period. We had to come out strong, hard, and fast. So that's exactly what we did, and we came out with a big, huge win. So proud of all the boys on this team.
If I had told you after you smushed your face in the semi that you'd have this feeling, would you believe me?
No, but I'd say it is completely worth it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. This is such an amazing feeling. I'm so excited right now.
What was that line rush like?
Oh, God, I can't even describe the feeling. It was just,
Wait. I want you to go right now. Go barrel right into that picture. Go. All right, I can't take him out of the picture. You guys can't take that picture without the man. God.
Everybody in the photo for the Pioneers. What a great shot that is right there on the ice. Petey, these kids will never forget it. And they never will forget this day, February 1st, 2025, where they did the job. They took down the number one seed, the favorite coming in, the Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, and they did so 5-1 today.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is everything we hoped it would be. And I want to watch as high school hockey in this state continues to grow. And I know there will be a day with Kenny McGinley's leadership that we'll be sitting here for a 3 or a 4 day tournament, watching championship after championship, division by division. This was a great, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. And I'm so proud I got to sit here in this booth with you tonight.
Pete, I feel the same way. I got to say one more thing before we go. We're going to go downstairs one more time with Easton Stockford with Todd Walsh.
All right, before we wrap it up here, this is my selection. Easton Stockford joins us, senior for the champs. Champions.
It's unbelievable. You know, a lot of us have worked 4 years for this. This is the goal every single year, and to finally achieve it, it's an unbelievable feeling.
What was that rush like with the cup to your fans? Because I had goosebumps. I was standing here with your head coach. It took the breath away. You were in it.
I mean, this is what it's all about. We play for our fans. We're playing for something bigger than ourselves, and it's what makes high school hockey so special.
So when this was and you're in that second intermission, what was said?
I mean, it's 17 more miles. We got 17 minutes, and we're state champs. Just stay our foot on the gas, trust your training. We know what to do, and we knew we were confident we had it.
You're wise beyond your years. Do you realize that you're going to remember this scene for the rest of your life? You're going to draw on this moment for the rest of your life.
Yeah, obviously a lifelong memory, even more special. This one for Grayson Briggs. Friend lost his life, pancreatic cancer. And this one's really for him, and it makes it even more special than it already is.
You're a class act. I'm glad you did that. And lastly, if I had told you that night when you were a kid caster on Fox Sports Arizona, sitting on my set between periods of a Coyotes game, that this...
I probably wasn't thinking that far ahead at the time, honestly, so probably not.
Good luck. Congrats, Easton. You wear it well.
Thank you.
Folks, thank you for being here tonight. Tell your friends, bring them back next year, okay?
That's Todd Walsh with Easton Stockford. That was a story that we wanted to tell. Grayson Briggs, who unfortunately lost his life back in May on the 15th of pancreatic cancer, and this team really rallied around him. They had his jersey on the bench of every single game. They wanted to wear the gray jerseys as much as possible. He was a player for the Pinnacle organization and sadly lost his life. But that's how his team rallies around him. And clearly this meant, and that story meant a lot to these players.
Yeah, that's a very, very sad story for this Pinnacle program, but they honored him all season, and he was a part of this team the entire way. I promise you that.
All right, Petey, let's wrap it up right here in the booth. Our fourth time, our last time doing the state championship together. I got to shake your hand. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been a pleasure to do these games with you. You've taught me so much, not just about the game, but about everything else. And you've been a great friend, and I'm sure our friendship is going to continue.
Dylan, they grow up so fast, and it's true. You do an amazing job here. You call an amazing hockey game. It's the hardest sport to call because it never stops. Yes. And we talked about that with Bob Hedos, and you are one of the best at what you do at your age in this country. We're going to see more of you. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Thanks again, Dylan. I appreciate you letting me do this alongside of you.
Petey, you're the best. We went from T-shirts to now suits. And now we finish it here. Pinnacle won our first championship together. Pinnacle wins the last. 5-1 for the Pioneers. Congrats to Pinnacle. And we say goodnight from Mullet.